What's going on, No Mercy? How you been, bro? It's been a long time. I haven't seen you around. Jesus. Everybody's hearing me. That's pretty loud, huh? The dude gets a vocal shout out. What do you mean? Oh, no. I just got on. Oh, what's up, Deadpool? I can see you. Oh. Oh shit, I gotta post my meal. Stream more and you will see me around more. Yeah, I'm gonna start streaming a little bit more. I'm a little, my voice is a little sore if you can tell. So, did any of you guys watch the North American and South? I think there was way more English people. I would love to see what the stats were for MPL Brazil and MPL as it Espanol, or how is it? Or MLBB? He said they torture the caster and hosts. What do you mean?
The 17th season of MPL Philippines is brought to you by the following sponsors. Infinix, the official gaming phone partner.
Who tortures the casters
behind
and hosts?
every Madlang gamer. Smart, the simply reliable connectivity partner of the
Did you all have a 8-hour stream nonstop? Hey, we had a 5-minute break.
Partners, TT Racing, Ferry, and SIP. Don't miss any MPL action by following our official Facebook and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Follow MPLPH on TikTok for more content. MPLPH Season 17 live at Victoria Sports Tower. Grab your tickets now via the official
A single
MPLPH
5-minute
website.
break. I know
MPL
that was kind of
Philippines is
crazy.
monitored and supervised by the Games and Amusement Board.
Oh, you guys want to see this shit?
The arena is electric. MPL
I'm about to post pictures of it soon, but I'm so hungry right now.
Super fans, welcome to the final day of week 4. This is your very own Odin. At ngayong hapon ay makakasama ko ang nag-iisang si Thea. And of course, we're ending our week with a
Xena got damn near 45-minute breaks. What do you mean?
Starting with our star match of the day, the Golden Rivalry. Sinabi mo pa at magagawa nga kaya ni Teddy.
What do you mean when will Xena be coming back? Xena's, what, to cast?
Huwag na tayong magpatumpik-tumpik pa. Dahil points, pride, at bragging rights ang paglalabanan. Dito lamang sa tahanan.
Blah, 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 blah.
This.
Naisu is the pressure cooker.
What?
Oh, while we were casting, yeah.
Yes, very much so.
You do need rice for adobo and sinigang, so
Wait,
Unless you're a madman and you eat it without rice. Like,
Well, that's a very American way to do it.
yeah.
So for now, obviously, stats don't lie. Severo is still on top, but Teddy, he's also had one of the craziest debuts that we've seen for a long time already.
I'm wondering if we potentially, as we jump into the draft here. we
Oh,
can
she's
see the
back.
highest
She's
estimate
back
club
from
ban.
Japan, if that's
Or
what you mean.
like that'll be
Oh,
the
dude, this is so
priority that we
good.
see them, because
I
you
think
know,
I
what
burnt
are
the
we on?
onions
By the
a
way,
bit,
Flying
though.
Clouds map 1, so it is a little bit different. Usually we see Expanding Rivers. It's going to be Flying Clouds. TLPH will be on the blue. We got Onyx on the red. You can see some of the bans already out. It's a lot of the jungle bans. Like we heard in the ping test, from our 5G ping test, they are going to hone in on the jungle options.
And they weren't kidding.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Aside from that Sora right now.
aside from that, Sora. And you mentioned us not being, or possibly not seeing the goal leaders. I think we will still see both the Yi Sun Shin and the Claude. So the MMR match is still on
Yep.
for Liquid and Onyx. But
I am not
these
the only
bans
one
actually
bound
leave
by
out
these
mid
chains.
laners open. And that includes the Freya. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh my god, they got Freya? How? What are they banning? What's the priority here?
Yes.
All right, now not
Fanny,
necessarily
Harley,
gold,
Boxia.
right?
Not necessarily
But it
gold.
is the
Interesting. I would love to
biggest, the
see
most
a
prevalent
Fanny
right
run
now.
wild.
Yeah.
See how they are not able to stop it, that they're so scared of it.
Yeah.
But so have we seen Teddy? Have we seen Teddy play it? That I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
Desire, what's going on, man?
Teddy has been only on the carry,
And Claude.
Claude, Moscow.
Yeah.
Not even the Granger.
She had to work as soon as she got back, yeah.
Teddy play a fighter gold yet, so let's just assume this is going XP. Like, is this actually going to go in the hands of Sanford?
There could be a chance. We saw it previously too. I think even in other regions we do see the Freya XP. Oh, but here's a busted hero.
The busted hero.
The busted
It's a
hero.
busted hero.
The busted hero.
And
Sergio.
I actually like that they get it because it's gonna.
See,
it's one of
for
those
me, it's
things
kind of
that
crazy.
right?
Yeah.
He levels so
Is
fast.
in
and he's
PH,
gonna try to
he's
beat
considered
Cloud either
busted,
back,
but
and he has a
I
stronger
want to,
retribution
well,
coming into the objective.
it,
Yeah,
I don't know.
honestly,
It's
apart from the
interesting to
jungler
watch
picks
PH
for
because
Liquid,
they don't have global bans.
all other
So
picks so
you're
far
free to
seem very
use
comfortable for both
Suyo
Liquid and
over and
Onyx.
over and over
Because
again.
it's the Jusin that's still left open, even
Yep.
the Suyo. And even if you look at the other side, the Khalid Eve in the mid lane for Liquid already shows just so much aggression. But then, okay, a Kalea shows up too.
Yep, they pick up their Kalea right now.
Yeah.
So both teams have their roams, their mids, and then you have the jungle pick right now for Onyx. You don't have that for TLPH just yet. So I don't know if Onyx actually still going to go and
I said no
down
recovery
for
time.
Carl P.
Dude, yeah, you can hear it in my
This is
voice
happening
already.
between
I'm kind of
two
trying not to
but
talk as
even when
much.
He seemingly ran out of choices. He brought out the Lancelot and things were okay.
He's like the only one right now that plays Lancelot, right?
Yeah.
Like that I can think of so
No,
far in
Yeah.
season 17.
no.
Are those plates pretty enough for you, Deadpool?
But yeah, here in the Philippines, very limited pool. But again, you can't really limit him that much.
Yeah.
I don't know if King Kong knew that already from the beginning, from the get-go. Again, they don't focus on the jungles here. I'm pretty confident that they'll go ahead and ban out more possible XP laners just so they can maybe.
My
force
hot take is that
Freya
Boxia
onto that
underperformed.
XP
Yeah, he
laner
really
we're
did.
talking about.
To me too,
And
when
then
I
maybe
saw,
they can
oh,
deal
but
with
I feel like
Claude
that's
on
on the
both sides.
team who used him. They used him in the roam position, and I'm like they were trying to play it like it was a flex pick. And I feel like sometimes you go a little too far outside the box to try to create something, and it wasn't going to work in the first
They
place.
haven't really had to change much for Teddy specifically. If it's open, it's open. But otherwise, yeah, it would be interesting to see him play a Freya, for example.
Either
Ooh,
way, I feel
accounting,
like
huh? That's what
they get to-
Ico. That's what
they could
Ico
just
has his major
adjust
in.
the matchups accordingly if ever they are really able to force out the Freya in the EXP or either the gold. But I don't think the Yi Sun Shin 2 would be still that much of a bad idea if ever it still gets open in the second half.
Yeah.
Because you can technically still play your 4-1 strategy. The only
I don't remember
problem
seeing
would
a
be
Boxia
if
jungle.
TL takes it out.
Ooh, that would be nice. You know, if they
Oh,
can swap
well,
it out,
not in
maybe
South.
have
In North,
Severo on the Claude, and then
It might have been the last match. I think the last matches for me are like midnight for
last
North.
ban
So
here. Let's see if it goes towards the gold lane options for Severo. It's not. It's going to go in the Uranus because that XP lane still needs to pop up here. The fact that, yeah, the YSS is still open,
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's something that Onyx Philippines actually even wants to lock in there and still pick up. They've got their grounds covered. I mean, with the first 3 picks, those are quality picks. You've got great set potential. We've seen this plenty of times. Suyo.
Uranus is moving up
jungle
there
right
pretty
now,
strongly.
This is Super Prince on the Jewish ship, one of his best heroes that he picks up. So we'll see what they do to complement it here in Red 4.
You know what's pretty cool? I just saw Sabero use the finger sleeve while playing. I know very few pros who do that.
Does he have it right now? I didn't see it.
He has it on.
Ah.
That is
It's just on the-
interesting. It's on his left thumb.
Oh.
So I don't know what that's about. It's pretty cool. Just a small observation. But here we go. It's not none of the above. It's Harif actually on the goal lane for
Oh my
TLPH. And
goodness.
I kind of like that.
Don't they have like a name for this?
Oh my God! So does that mean that Sanford, that Freya is going to be a roam?
Together, is it like the
The box?
Exodia?
You're talking about the-
Almost Exodia.
Almost
We use
Exodia.
Exodia for like their World Championship winning lineups. But basically almost there.
Almost there. It's
Getting
about 4
picked
or
by the
5.
sushi lady?
Yeah, apart from the Freya, I think that's the biggest change because it is indeed going to be an
I'm a
SP
chemist
Freya.
by degree, but I work for my mom in accounting for the past 9 years. So it's a good thing to get proper lessons and stuff like that. Is it like a family business or something
Even
that they have you like pitch in with?
Maybe it's his first.
Yeah, it's the first time we're seeing it, and it's up against the Yu Zhong.
I think that's like something I think what Shark has going on.
Non-MMR match.
He works with
Even
his
in the
family in
discussion
their
of the
restaurant or
Clubber
something.
Open, they just chose
I don't
not
know.
to
I don't know
play
if
those
that's.
heroes.
Well, you know what, super fans, you guys
I know he
let us know
works.
as well
I don't
what you
remember
think.
if
You
it
get a
was
chance
like
to
with
win
the
1,000
family or
MLBB
something.
diamonds right now and just predict the match. Scan that QR code on your screen. You'll get a chance today for this and a chance later for the second match. Don't forget, while you can, scan the QR code. Let us know in the chat as well. Now, MPL, look
Bro.
at the prediction.
So it definitely doesn't look like it's going to be an Alpha 7 Grand Finals, bro.
The closest was a 49 to 51.
Well,
That
my
is
goodness.
insane. What the helly?
That about explains the atmosphere in here in the MPL arena as well. It is about a 50-50 split currently. And this draft, honestly, I would almost look at this as like a 50-50 as well going into game 1.
I agree.
So
He
I
won't
don't
let
know.
Dave
Either
and I
way, it's
visit
the
him.
best of 3. Hopefully we get 3
Really?
amazing games between this golden rivalry that we've been talking
Looking
about.
like Entity 7 versus Alpha 7. I don't think so. I think it's going to be Entity 7 versus Octa. Octa was really strong. Alpha 7 just got
Going for both of them, so
I don't know.
in fact,
I
you
still
can
have to
really
see how
tell
Octa
that,
Gaming does against
you know, he
Alpha
got
7.
a lot, but not all that he wanted. Again, XP Frey up for contention here. Look at that mid lane fight.
Early flicker is already forced out here by Onyx. And this is just literally how they keep playing the early game. Even in their previous matches, it's just how dominant they start things off. Oh, JP might get stunned there.
But the good ones
Also using
are
the
gone.
That's the Super Prince flickering out. Carl TZ2 brought in. And that
Oh, I mean for the the finals versus yeah. Possibly. I think Entity 7 versus Alpha 7. Yeah.
Essentially, the power of Surge of Life, you can
Definitely true.
underestimate that.
That's where I'm kind of sitting right now too. I don't think there's any way that Night Horde beats
That almost felt as if Super Prince calculated that flicker just so carved out. Eventually, that we get to see from Onyx, which really play a huge role in how the things turn out eventually. But Sanford here to join the fight now. That's going to be a kill.
God, that damage, dude.
Brusco follows next.
Was that Sanford in that? It was. Jesus.
They are non-stop under 2 minutes into the game.
Actually amazing. Look at that. Look at Sandy. Look at Sabero.
We need cameras everywhere.
Oh my goodness.
One day we will. One day the broadcast
But how do we catch
will.
that though?
You know what? I don't know. We'll figure it out
We'll
when we
get
get
more
there.
cameras. We'll get more cameras. 100%.
Well, the fight for the turtle, first one of the game. It looks like, yep, Maltese will grab that just fine. And this is what you have to look at, is the pace that's being set here.
Global ban going to be heavy. I'm really excited to see best of 5s, best of 7 grand finals.
But you also have to look at where the goal is going, especially right now that Sanford got the kill, Carl TZ got the kill. It's going into the right pockets for TLPH.
Yep, and what do we say about not allowing for Carl TZ to get close to the objective?
Yeah.
Onyx, even despite that
The only
really good
problem
start
is,
right
though,
now,
I think there's a certain point where global ban resets. I sure hope not. I need to look at the rules again. But I thought I saw something like that the global ban resets after a certain point in a series if they get far enough. I sure hope that's not the point, because that's like the whole point of global ban. Oh, got trapped.
To avoid that RWM.
Ooh, I love the trades that are happening right now. As we were saying, actually, you know what? Carl TZ on Fredrin, that's like his second most used hero in all time.
It's gotta be. Because, yeah, there was a time in that meta when that's about all you saw. Him, the Baksha.
14, 15 maybe?
Yep, and it was just a back and forth, but he knows how to play against a more aggressive hero like the Suyo.
I wonder sometimes when you look at some of the heroes that PH is pretty comfortable with playing, and I know other people are watching this too, right? Like I know South America watches a lot of these games and stuff. I wonder how much MS has to do with some of our hero picks too, that like maybe we're not as comfortable playing certain things. Like we don't see as many Harleys. We don't see as many, or like people being comfortable trying to counter certain things.
Get something set up for Onyx later on.
Yeah. Oh, now they try to go for JP. Doesn't get to use the quick sand guard, so a -1 for Liquid.
Oh, this is just so perfect. That hero, the Kalea, is so perfect for Onyx. It also gave Brusco like an MVP match, I think, yesterday. Yep. And it's worth it, especially against heroes like the Khalid. Cancel out that quick sand guard. What are you doing?
All right, there goes the Black Dragon form. Zaman Force 2 committed here. Oh! King Kong winning out the retreat battle. Black Dragon form still there for Kirk, but Teddy takes Brusco. Now Onyx able to run away, but the real world manipulation still catches Kirk. And the side step from JP, catching Super Frizz right there. Sanford going for the chase. He gets knocked off, but Sanford still gets the kill.
Oh wow,
King Kong.
Trades.
No.
These are crazy trades happening.
Brusco like an MVP match.
Who is he going for?
And it's worth it, especially against heroes like the Khalid.
Like Black Dragon comes out, he finds a Sanji. I'm wondering who his target is. See, Sanji's right there. Maybe they immediately tell him to disengage because they see that the fight isn't going their way.
Trades.
Okay, he's gonna have to back off. These are crazy trades happening, and right now TLPH is slightly ahead in certain areas. It's nothing too crazy. I mean, even looking at the graph, you see the quick swing that's happening here. Back and forth. Okay, that was a flicker.
Were there any surprises for you guys?
Feeling the pressure. I think
anything
Brusco
interesting?
Really
what was your takeaway from North and
South?
South?
Like Brusco is that guy with the Kalea.
Yeah, these are probably one of the closest trades we've seen in the first 5 minutes of a series of any game I've seen for a long time. Again, neither team is actually getting ahead way too much. TLPH definitely have more map control. They got more jungle control on their own as well. Yep. But on the other side, it's Severo who's actually getting a lot of free time. He's getting a lot of these free stacks on his passive as well. And I think Severo actually might be deadlier later on in the mid game.
The only difference we're seeing from Severo now compared to the other games is that even though they're still leaving him alone as usual, he's not really getting the space to go for, let's say, turrets and extra gold and stuff like that. Because I think that's what kept him up top in terms of gold per minute in the rankings, is his ability to just keep looking for farm elsewhere. But Teddy also is, in a way, doing a great job at managing the laning, so he doesn't get to do that.
Can I just say, take a note of Sanji's heart rate. It's the most elevated on TLPH's squad, and that's also just because of how much pressure a Kalea has on you as a mid laner. And needing to be in the right space. And
here's a question.
So
is anybody here from South America?
There, amongst the rest of the team.
What's his name was saying that they call her Evie, not Eve. Eve. He said they call them. They call her Evie.
Do they find the Tsunami Slam? They do, and King Kong once again winning the retreat battle. JP gets taken out first. Brusco goes next. There's a trade coming in from Liquid, and they're gonna find.
Oh wow, they turned that shit so around.
In favor of Onyx.
I think Onyx is really sticking to that key to victory that we had. They're not letting Carl TZ in as much. I mean, when Carl TZ arrives, it's actually way too late. The combo's already synced in, and King Kong is locked.
Oh, Flicker used too. Again, Sanji, they're going to try to fight for the purple here.
Yeah.
Yep, taken away. So one thing that you can't deny is how smooth a Suyo is. We're going to look at the replay here. I think this is when he goes in, gets the turtle. Look at King Kong. He's going to sweep on in here.
So fast.
Gets out, and then Severo has a way to go ahead and just fire off some shots, Destinadas. And
I noticed, I need to talk with them a bit. I noticed sometimes the camera kind of I almost feel like either they pressed the wrong button on the camera or the person who was manning the cameras like fell asleep.
Somehow still saves Sanji. Brusco now gets punished, but even the clutch RWM will keep him safe from Kirk. That's the Valkyrie descent coming in from Sanford.
Like there were a few times that the enemy teams were pushing on the base and they were pushing on the side towers, and for some reason the camera remained at the center tower where nobody was at.
Oh my goodness, TLPH are getting punished so much with Sanji not having that Purify, basically getting caught as a free kill with Brusco in tow. It is just leading to such a bad team fight for TL.
Man, Severo right now, and he's got the Sky Piercer, so he's definitely got a couple stacks at this point. This is, again, we haven't seen the Granger pop up too much. He did have a loss yesterday, and there was a time when you just know he doesn't have enough damage. Well, right now, Severo is online. He just picked up the Malefic Roar as well. So, damage department, TLPH, is going to be in check when they're fighting Onyx for this Lord. I know they mentioned that this composition should give them an advantage when it comes to fighting around this space around the Lord, but the way Onyx been playing, the way they've been moving, you got to take that into calculations as well. So right now, they'll get into position, get set up. Kirk, tanky as well on this Yuzhong. You don't see it too often either, but it's been playing so well, and now they have less than half health from this Lord.
Okay. How does Carl TZ position himself here? He will not be able to do so. That's a Black Dragon form also still activated for Kirk. Brusco here might be the first target for
Brusco.
And they do find him right there. Super Prince trying to find the knockup, but the RWM catches two. That's the 7 forcing alongside Teddy. And now Zephyr going in, finds two members with the knockup. There's the slows.
Which element is considered the dumbest by chemists?
Yeah, Sanford's low-key the biggest win condition right now for TLPH. The moment that you just don't have enough skills to hold this guy, he's just gonna tear through your lineup no matter what you do.
It's really interesting because Sanford, especially the way that he's playing, and I'm really
I don't
curious
get
about
it.
what build he ends
I'm
up
too
going
stupid to get
towards
it.
here. But the way he's playing the Freya, you see him jump into these fights, he pops the Valkyrie for him, but then he also backs off a little bit.
He kites it.
It baits Onyx.
Because it sounds like Lauren. That's what I thought.
Trying to get him or trying to kill him. You can see he's building damage. Golden Staff, Corrosive Scythe already.
You've had better.
Some defense at some point. And, you know, that's the way the team fights are going. But Onyx is ultimately charging now forward with this Lord. Should be able to just get this tier 2 in the mid. Maybe more.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to wait for that moment, because right now Sanford he can fight, but then again, if he gets focused down, he is really, really squishy. I'm expecting something like a Queen
Hey,
Link coming in
Pookie,
here
how you doing,
soon.
girl?
Again, something that keep him in the fight longer.
Okay.
He needs that.
Those are two holy shields,
Shields will pop mid and bottom.
Can I get your autograph? Oh.
Will just still hold on though, but it's a 4K gold lead now at this point for Onyx Philippines. They've been doing
I only
really
sign thighs.
and just utilizing what they have. It's been nothing really fancy. I know Brusco's got a lot of depth, but he's got to be that guy. He's got to be the one to start things up with that Tsunami Slam, like we mentioned. And so far, Severo has had all the space in the world to move on this Granger, and he's continuing to stack up.
That's like the biggest key. Like the space for Severo is massive just because Super Friends is on front.
Cut your
so
thigh
Super
off.
Friends is supposed to be like a backline mage too, but you know what? The way that Super Friends plays this hero
Is that you attempting to roll your R there?
Not to mention if someone gets picked off by Brusco.
My voice.
Of course, it's so easy to do that with a Tsunami Slam though.
Yeah, you don't need to babysit two heroes at once for Onyx. Super Prince is pretty much another guy.
He's the one doing the babysitting.
Doing the babysitting here for Severo, who's currently 301, a really good stat line if we were to look at even the existence of the Sky Piercer already in his hands.
If you ever pop back in my stream, I'll roll it for you.
All those kills after building the Sky Piercer?
Yeah.
Set a schedule.
At least two,
Two of them, so
Definitely at least two. But that's what's so interesting about the way even the Super Friends, or just the Jushin in general, is played, because sometimes you are kind of the babysitter, like you're Oh, Raging Sandstorm too. He's still in the Black Dragon form, so that was a lot.
It's fine. Oh, here we go again, Kirk. Calm down, boy. Calm down.
We've seen this before.
9 and 8.
This before, sir. Yeah, I saw the goat shake his head, but
That's kind of to be expected at the same time. It's not that easy.
Yeah,
Not
but
to mention
Liquid doesn't
Onyx
have
has a
any
lead, so
towers.
They're tankier than usual.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Lord's
delete
up, though, so I
MLBB
think
again.
this
Why?
time, just with the nature of things, TLPH will try to take this in a bit of a different way than the previous lore that they had to give up. Crown TZ does pick up a Guardian Helm, so he might play a little more front this side, and also depending where JP goes. The thing is, he's got to wait for that Raging Sandstorm. Should be up here just as I say it. There it is. So he's got the green light to go ahead and initiate, but he's also got to worry about where Brusco goes.
yeah.
And that's why Sanji, again, the positioning on Sanji is so important. This is so difficult for Sanji too, because he's got to post up basically when he pops his ultimate, that real world manipulation. And so he is susceptible to being taken down. That's why this is so hard positioning-wise.
Oh my goodness, here we go.
Okay, Carl TZ shows himself to the retreat battle once again! Carl TZ this time winning it out. There was no focus on him whatsoever. JP2 still alive. Sanford with a Valkyrie Descent uses the Purify to keep himself safe, and the Crimson Beacon. Clutch from Team Liquid.
That is very rare. He didn't even use Appraiser's Wrath. He outbeat King Kong on the Retribution in such a crucial game.
He's the GOAT for a reason, man, and he's even down a level. And he made it happen. So that's Carl TZ, and now they're going to have the Lord on their side. They're going to go ahead and take down
That fucking girl was waiting that entire night for the camera to be on her. I saw her lock eyes with the camera, and inside I said, "Now's your time," because of the way she looked at the camera.
Sanford with a Valkyrie Descent uses the Purify to keep himself safe, and the Crimson Beacon.
I want to see that.
Team Liquid.
That is very rare. He didn't even use Appraiser's Wrath. He outbeat King Kong on the Retribution in such a crucial game.
He's the GOAT for a reason, man, and he's even down a level.
There she is again.
And he made it happen. So that's Carl TZ, and now they're going to have the Lord on their side. They're going to go ahead and take down some of these turrets. Onyx should be able to clear this out as the Lord charges and tier 2 in the mid. I don't know if this is going to be
Dude, I miss doing
a
live
fight
events.
or if they just clear it out. A couple hits on that turret. It does stay up, though, for now. So Onyx, again, they do lose that 4,000 gold lead they had, though.
Yeah,
It's like all my life has been leading up to this moment.
He's just so good at holding up.
We see you nomming.
Brusco here, but he's
I showed you. I already put
back there,
pictures in my Discord. I'm gonna post them on Instagram soon.
Gets knocked up, but
I have to.
Crimson Beacon in pursuit.
So like I've been doing all of these posts on social media because it's mandated through my contract. I just found out everything I did, they don't accept because I didn't put it in the form of a story. I'm like, all right, assholes. So now I gotta remember that everything I do has to be in stories, in story form.
With the triple, but hey, you gotta commend Kirk on the Yu Zhang there. He took care and distracted Sanford and Sanji, the San duo, for the longest time so that Onyx could go ahead and capitalize on that kill.
That was just beautiful maneuvering here for Onyx as well, getting that lead back. And again, that was with big lanes pushing on multiple. So they were doing that under pressure. They were able to fight in a very good spot.
Right,
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm looking at this Harith. I don't really feel like Harith is.
Now.
Just a little bit. That was a great team fight. Again, we're going to take a look at the replay here.
What is a
And
story?
look at where Kirk is. So he's got the San duo. Meanwhile,
A
the
story
rest of the team
on
fighting this side of the map
Instagram
towards
is
the
like a
bottom.
Snapchat
And so because you have
where
that
you can
Sanji
post a
and
bunch of
Sanford, which
pictures
are
or like a
integral parts to
going
all
reel
fights,
that
the
rotates
rest of
through
TLPH
different
has nowhere but to just collapse under
through
the
different
firepower
pictures,
of
and then it
Severo.
disappears
Now,
forever.
3 more
And,
stacks.
apparently, people view those more.
Very painful to watch to see the San duo
And keeping them
recall
permanent,
the other
like
side
in
of the
your
map,
in your
teammates involved
Instagram
one by one. You don't
reels,
wanna see
I
that.
believe.
And that's so
Apparently, that's
exploitive
not what you're
done
supposed
by
to do or
Kirk here.
whatever.
He isolated 2 of them.
I don't
fought
know.
them for so
I
long.
don't.
And
I was
the
trying to
Carlos
talk. Me and
just
Xena
kinda
talked a
broke
little
down
bit
for
about it.
TLPH.
And she showed me how to do stories and stuff like
I
that.
don't think you want to go up against that because
Ranger danger.
Ranger danger.
You
Sorry, I had to.
don't really. It's okay. you
It's right there.
You
It's
don't
right
really
there.
have a usual.
Just say here at the end of
later.
at the
Yes,
land
Andrea can
here
go
in the
for the
land of
dives,
Dawn at the end
but
of random sentences.
He can't really zone.
It's kind of all in.
Yeah.
So I know you did mention something about he goes in, but he kind of kites them out.
Yeah.
But it's more. Once you
I'm
come
very
in,
eager to
there's
see
a much
how
harder way to get out of
Layla
the
will handle the
Freya's
hosting.
essentially dropping a bomb, right? The Yuzhong is basically a big shield that's pushing people up, pushing people
Just
down.
because
So that's a big difference
the
in
way
gameplay.
that they
We'll see
want
if
the
that's gonna
hosting
matter
to be
here,
done
especially
now,
that Onyx
like
feels they
you,
might
it's
just have a
almost like
hold on
having
to it.
another caster there,
Oh, Lord, already low.
but they're not a caster and they don't have the same like mindset as a caster. It really worked out with Ashley because she was another player. She's played this before on a level that is like super strategic. So she always has input, and not just that, but she's Ashley, and she's like from the city, so she's got like that attitude and personality.
And we'll see what they do with this. Again,
I don't know how to say it, like unapologetic. You know what I mean?
And we'll take a look at the
It's
items
that
here.
that
Building
confidence
Divine Glaive
that
now
you need
available for Sanji
to
to
just
help
like
them in the
it
defense.
doesn't even matter what she
Yeah,
says.
he's
She
got one
doesn't
as well,
really
so he's
care.
pretty much locked in for damage,
But
and
like
that's
there's
why
certain
Onyx, even though
things
they get
that
this
like
objective, they still have to really respect what TLPH can
I'm
give them in terms of
wondering
fight.
At this point, it's
what
actually correct to
Layla
call
will
him a
do
raging
during
Sanford.
drafts
Because,
and stuff
it
like
just
that.
feels
Like, do
he's
they
full
want
items.
her to have
He's
input
not
every
afraid to
single
dive in,
time?
especially
Because I know
if,
it was kind of
Silver
hard.
Fist already
There were
uses,
sometimes like we
the
tried to go
crowd
through a
control on
rotation of
whoever
like
with that Lancer. Here we
1
go.
2 3 1
Big
2
C.
3, and there were just sometimes that Xena just didn't have any input on the draft. You know what I mean? Because oh my. Wow.
Oh, Severo still up again with all the space in the world. They just can't get to him, but TLPH will find 2 bodies and get some more momentum now.
We're finally seeing the big impact of a full item Freya, and he is just
If that was the case, why didn't the production team just find 3 casters instead of having a host? There's a few things, and this is probably due to the fact that for a lot of these people,
TLPH had the engage they wanted. Everyone actually survived. And
not
they lost
for the
so
production
much, or they
team,
gave away,
but
they took away
for
so
the
much
people, the hiring people, or like the people in charge of all of like the contracts and stuff like that. I do feel like there was a little bit of inexperience with some of them. So they're really, really nice, and I want to say though the one person that I usually talk with is like she'll get back to you right away. But I want to say there's a lot of things that like certain things weren't mentioned right at the beginning that I feel like are maybe they didn't consider big deals, but they are. Like the host doesn't usually have a lot of input for matches, drafts, things like that. But here they're expecting that, and that's something that you might want to let the host know beforehand. Another thing was green screens weren't said that they were mandatory until very, very late, and the social media stuff wasn't it wasn't talked about in the beginning, and I feel like for some of the people, for some of the original North Americas, I'm sure you guys see some of the that we're missing 1 or 2 faces or 3 faces that had been with North America for a while that aren't casting, but for some of those reasons, unfortunately they couldn't align with everything, and that's.
A Zaman Force can kind of trap you.
Yeah.
But it's like the first week, so we're still trying to get our legs underneath us.
Oh, they see. They're going to go for this Lord.
Oh, Super Prince finding the knockup.
For how they want or what's going to be smoother. We'll see how it works out. Like, I mean, for me personally, I don't feel like it's a huge deal. It's not a huge deal, but like for me personally, like I always want to improve stuff. I always want the table I'm at to look for things that we can do better, so that the last time that we cast together for that season is like significantly better than the first day. You know what I mean? Like, no matter how good you are, you should always be looking to improve and looking for critiques and stuff like that. So I'm constantly doing that. And I don't even think it's like a huge deal because I don't think too many people, I didn't see too many complaints about the table or anything like that.
Without a Purify, if you make a bad move, You're done. You're cooked.
You're trying to hit all your abilities, but also keep your finger above flicker because you need it.
Zena didn't do a bad job. No, she did. Like I said,
Yeah, you have to.
but I'm trying to. We were trying to figure out ways to make it better. For like, do we constantly want to keep doing 1, 2, 3, or do we maybe during draft just want to go bounce it back between me and Rico, and Zena can find a way to signal us if she's got input that she wants to add, instead of like it felt like sometimes there was a little bit of a surprise. I cannot. There was a little bit of a surprise when we called on her because she just really didn't have anything to add, and she was like, mm-hmm. And then there was like an awkward pause, and then Rico would take it or I would take it.
Wow.
And like I said, they weren't even bad or noticeable or anything like that, but it's just little things. It's like, okay, how can we improve? What can we do better?
In Severo with the stacks.
What the?
What happened?
What just happened?
Yeah, that was like a non-fight. I think TLPH knew that if they fought head-on with all the firepower that Onyx has, they were probably going to have the 50-50 on that one. So they said, you know what? There's someone else.
The most complaints is they had Amir North names up there for so long. Yeah, I saw that.
They just ran out of gas.
Bro, there was one point we were joking about it. That because we were casting for so long, like people were snacking when they weren't talking. Like I can see all the cameras and stuff on the side. So when Rico would finish, I'd start taking a little bit longer with my spiels because I'd see him munching on a snack or something. And there was one point where I was talking and they told us in the headsets, all right, go in the highlights. And I just kept on talking. The highlight words went up, and then it went right back to the casters. And you could see Enrico was just like chipmunked, like was just eating. And then like looks up at the camera. I saw that during the rerun. I was like, dude, y'all did Rico bad, dirty, bro.
I want to say, Brigida, that it's just not the Tagalog broadcast. It's everyone. The whole audience.
It's everyone. I'm sorry.
Brigida.
It's right there.
If only you guys could see it.
I'll try and save you a little bit here. So Sanford, basically, aside from the guy who actually is the big bomb, being dropped in the middle of the big fights, is actually also the guy who just tower locked at the very end.
You know, Rockhart, I like the way you explained this though too in the game.
Zena has got to be prepared beforehand.
It changed throughout the game, but what he was really able to do, because you gotta
5-minute break in 8 hours is wild for sure. Yeah, that shit's that's interesting to me.
Because sometimes it had to be JP, sometimes it had to be him, and he was also the guy to cut off crucial members of Onyx.
Sidestep. Yeah. Beautiful. Oh man, that's just work of art here.
One thing that can be a little frustrating with the production, not frustrating, but as a Mayor South, a lot of the teams don't speak English. So after the series ends, we're not able to do. Hold on, let me get to the next ring, the next draft. So we're not able to do interviews with a lot of the teams, but because because the Brazilian team and the Spanish team are doing interviews of their own, we have to just keep on talking and elongating while they're doing their own interviews to keep it up. And then finally they're going to finish with the interview, and finally they're going to get to the next draft for the next teams and stuff like that. But like, we don't get any cue, and we're just talking and talking while they're going on with this interview, and I'm like, oh my god! And I'm like, you're trying to figure out like, all right, what else are we going to talk about?
Go ahead and secure those major objectives against Carl TZ, getting those retributions off, which is so funny to say because King Kong was doing it. He was actually the one getting those the early turtles.
That would be a perfect break for English.
But what can they do?
Yeah.
15 minutes straight of stall. Yeah, it can be a little funny sometimes, but because like I've done that shit before with Ben where we had to like stall for like hours plural.
Because when I see Onyx lose a game, they usually they look angry.
Yeah.
when
Hot
when it comes to
take?
game 2. So that's actually very good.
Damn.
You don't want to let them experience the Freya, how good that Freya was. Just deny that. But again, on the other side of the coin, they did just let go so many heroes. King Kong on that Harley is a deadly combo.
That was a
Hot take. I'm trying to
that
think.
was a quick
Because that kind of insinuates that
choice there
other
by
people
Onyx.
don't agree, right?
Now
That it's like,
gives
it's a
Liquid,
unique opinion.
more room to just go. Uranus has prioritized here, and now they steal away that Juicin. So it's interesting how we're not really seeing the gold laners being prioritized as much for these two. Despite
I
how
feel
familiar we
like-
are already.
I feel
I
like
bringing it up in the broadcast so much. At this point, they should know it by heart.
the South.
But yeah, neither one of those gold laners that we actually mentioned, YSS or Claude, is actually getting touched on the draft.
All right, and this is going to be
Yeah, I think
probably
it will.
pulling right
Maybe
out from my
there'll be
ass, but it
a
feels
chance
like
here
the
that we actually
South,
get to see that. So
they
right
they
now,
see
the
MPLPH and they see them allow Zushin, they see them allow Asuyo or some of these other picks,
But, or could they consider it
or they
now?
see them
Like,
allow
oh, they're
Marcel
for the gold laner.
out.
They're saving it for
And
second phase now. I think it's,
they feel
changed.
like
That's quite
they
evident in this
shouldn't
game
have to ban those picks either.
But this is Carlos
But
Asuyo.
most of those teams, I feel like
This is gonna just demolish
like
the
I think
level gap.
90% of them need to
You
just
can
they need to
expect that
ban
very early
those.
on.
They're
But you know what? On the other
I don't
side,
want to say
I
they're not
really
good
do
enough,
believe
but
that these
like
two gold laners for our
I don't think they're
are
experienced
very
enough
mature, 'cause
right
both
now
teams
with
are
dealing with a lot of
willing
those heroes.
to have a lot
Zushin
of gold laners
pretty
banned
much
out
walked
here,
over
second
most of
phase,
those
neither
teams.
way.
I know there was I think Octa Gaming was able to beat Zushin when they allowed it. But that was a rough game for them. Like the Zushin still went.
Shy.
Zushin still
She's not
that girl
shy.
cracks me up.
She does that internationally. She was an M7. And she just non-stop dancing.
She does it on stage,
They still
on
did like I think I was like they went like 14-4 for the team that lost on that Zushin. So like she's still a menace.
Are they still Na'Vi? They're Na'Vi, right?
Yes.
Still Na'Vi.
And same thing with Marcel. I don't think a lot of teams really have the hang of what to do with Marcel just yet. In South.
Yesterday. I think we'll be talking about that later, but yeah,
All right.
you know, either way, through this draft, second phase, we've got some of those key pickups being banned out. There's the YSS.
You would think it's easy to just talk, but sometimes like it's enough to just not sound robotic when you're like reading something out.
Key for TLPH, so just removing one hero actually did so much here for TLPH. And now on the other side, again, Teddy is very chill. He's probably still got that Harris.
I love seeing like the whole families there. Like it's not even just kids. You got like a mom and a dad in the back, chilling.
Armors and magic damage. And then
Bro, why can't we have like
and just soul
a
sever
big
everyone
community like that for mobile legends?
For Onyx here, are they also banning out the? Oh, they're not. They're gonna open the Claude actually.
Wow.
Interesting though. Maybe they ban on the Evils also like this also because it kind of counters the Juicin, but also because they're gonna go for the Claude as we discussed now. So they even though they could have had an answer for it.
Enjoy your dinner. Thank you. What's
have
going on,
just
Anna? How you
more
doing, bro?
room to operate overall with
Yeah.
this draft that they have so far. And Onyx, on the other hand, I guess the Harith is still there too if they want to switch things up.
But
'Cause
then all
NA
of their
lane.
damage is gonna be magic.
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah,
like
honestly,
that
it is.
from
It's because we're
Yeah.
bougie, bro.
Could they just go Moss cover carry maybe?
We,
Most
the
of it's
way
good coverage for
jocks
Severo.
view gamers,
Yeah.
I've talked about this before. The way sports jocks view gamers is the way PC gamers view Mobile Legends or view mobile games. And that shit I find so fucking funny is when fucking PC gamers talk shit about people who play mobile games. Like, bro, you are not even so far removed from that. Like, it doesn't even make
So funny
sense.
that we actually saw the Louis pop up yesterday in the game with Omega and
You know
Roller,
what a
right?
mobile
That was
gamer's
right up
gaming
with
chair
the
is?
Rise
A
of
toilet?
And it was one of the reasons I feel like really why they were able to go ahead and beat the defending world champion. So let's see this last pick right now. For TL, they need their Roam, and they'll go with Hylos. So marquee pick here, something that you usually expect for JP.
It's actually very good. The Hylos will
That was a
actually
big
keep you
mouthful of
alive. It can also
cilantro.
catch Dudley Magic with ease, especially since Revitalize is a thing. Elegant Gem on it will make sure it doesn't die right away.
What was the mic
So
issue
that's
that
good.
caused
I mean,
buzzsaw
Suburban
mode?
hero for protection.
I don't know.
JP really likes
And the only way I stopped it is by constantly every match I would reset my fucking audio engine on my my voice meter. I think either this week or next week I'm gonna have to have that audio engineer come in and take a look so that maybe he can tell me. But I know shit like this is so hard to troubleshoot if you can't duplicate it, and I can't duplicate it unless I'm like talking for 4 hours, and eventually it's gonna happen.
Wait, could there be a combo between
The Harley and the
Space
Lu Yi?
Escape and the Lu Yi?
Oh, that's actually possible.
If you have timestamps, true,
Exactly.
or anything like that, I would love to get those. Because then maybe I can give it to him and he could maybe tell by as he hears it what maybe, you know what I mean? Like maybe he can hear it and be like, oh, I know what this is.
At all, actually.
Because just trying to describe to him, like, okay, so I start sounding like a robot. That sucks so bad. So yeah, I like by the day 2, I had even turned down my volume a lot. And it still happened on day 2. It happened once, and then I'm like, all right. So every 30 minutes, I'm just gonna reset this bitch, because this shit's just to stop it from doing that. Because that shit, I hate that.
The gold lane where Severo looked like he had to go ahead and burn his earlier on in the laning phase.
Yeah.
And so pretty steady right now in this gold lane.
Sad we didn't get to see how that happened, but let's just leave it to the gold laners and their micro going on. So
They're still duking it out. I mean, he's so aggressive there. You can see them just battling out. Gonna go ahead and pick up these defensive boots first off.
And I don't mind this tempo especially. What we're seeing here is
East,
Carl
are they
Casey will
ahead or
try to
behind us?
Maybe get something done. He wants to get that level of advantage. That's King Kong's instinct as well. But this and this hero, he actually will be able to go for an earlier gank.
Yep.
But there's just very few places to gank here. Actually, for both of these junglers, it's so hard to gank the XP. Mid lane's very controlled.
Timu strikes
the gold
again.
lane is also very far
Bro,
away from
this is a
rotation.
sure
So
mic.
we'll
You know what I
probably
mean?
just see all the extra
That was the thing I was thinking too. Like the numbers were running through my head. I'm like, oh my god, what's the next highest up mic I can get from this if this one's fucking failing me? And I think the next one is like that fucking like Joe Rogan mic. Actually, let me see. And I'm pretty sure that shit's like $1,500 for a fucking mic. Bye, Kirk.
Double killed straight into the purple buff.
Yeah, that was crazy. Sanji doing much of the heavy lifting in terms of damage. Sanford up on front, keeping him alive. Such good dynamics from those 3 players in that instance.
And that's 2 kills in the hands of Carl Teasy. You know, he doesn't have the Sky Piercer just yet, but he's definitely building into it. And, you know, that's one of the things, man. You get this Suyo off to a start. Sanford's feeling
That's
pretty
early.
good. Yeah, he's... Because it's one of those things where the scaling, look at this.
Oh, they actually have a deal on it. Somebody must have been listening to me. They actually have a deal on that bitch.
Oh my goodness. You don't want to see that.
Do I want to get it?
Not if it's Carl, because you give him a level advantage. You give him more leeway to just keep going at those objective fights.
Yeah, you don't want to be an item
Get the
behind,
fancy light up mic.
especially if
That one's actually the cheapest.
Yeah,
The light up mic is the cheapest.
Sanford, is he going to survive?
Is he
It looks
alive?
like- oh, good pick off. Coming out, they needed to find an answer. I think, you know, Sanford, you got to check your recalls.
SM7B.
These XP laners.
They felt the heat, man. They're like, you know what? We've had enough of this. We're going to take them out. So Sanford even burned the flicker there, but that was just a whole bunch of bodies looking like they're going to go for Bruce.
Damn.
Okay, could they trade it down here? Yes, they will.
Carl T's like, man, I want JP. I need the stack. I just
Get
built
some
the
cat
stack
ears
here."
too.
Serves it on a silver platter, right? Perfect. I like that.
Bro, so I was going back and forth
it
because
off. So
they
if you're
made
honest
sure
in
to
your
put
mind
in the
right
dress
now, you
code
cannot be
that the dress
isolated. The
code
moment
you can't
get
have anything
isolated, there's probably
fancy.
easy on the
You
side,
can't
trying to get
have
advantage of you,
flashy coats or
and you
things
don't
that
want
draw the attention to your outfits. And I was just like,
Stop.
how
Stampede
dare
is
they?
definitely starting. They're in a trot.
So I was testing it out. I was testing it out on the first one.
right on the mid.
I was testing it out on the first one, so I had like a black jacket with like I forgot what you call it, but it's a black jacket, but it's a fancy one with like a lot of shiny stuff on it, just to kind of bridge that gap and see if anybody said anything about it. And when they didn't say anything about it on the first day, I'm like, all right, day 2, we're going with Blue Blazer, baby. Let's go.
Assassin players in the game, not even just in the league, probably in the whole world. So we're seeing basically.
So do y'all need button-up shirts all the way up to your neck? No, but I think they want it to look professional. You know what I mean? They put rules like that so people aren't coming in like with their entire cleavage showing, or they don't want tattoos at all. Well, at least they don't want tattoos for the women. I don't remember if I saw that for the males. Well, I mean, you wouldn't even be able to see it for males anyway, unless they had like a fucking face tattoo or a neck. But I know Xena had to wear a blazer because Moonsun was afraid of the gun show. They didn't, because she's got tattoos and stuff like that.
Use up all your ultimates on Sanford. All 4 of them.
Sanford is definitely taking the attention of Onyx. They're just throwing so much at him. And it's kind of his job on this, especially on this Uranus. You know, just take what you can, make them use their battle spells and ultimates.
And then just come in and sweep in your teammates.
That's like half your stick, though. Yeah, that's what I was saying, too.
When you just type worth.
I didn't talk to them about it. I just kind of, I was just like, all right, it's better to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission. So we'll see if they say anything to me.
For the Giggle.
The Giggle factor. Okay,
I was looking for that word.
Let's just wait for the diversion plays. Come on, okay?
All right, there's the
We
diversion.
have not seen a good diversion yet, have we?
Oh,
Now
they
we
actually
might.
sent it up here. They're going to go for Sanford again. Whoa, the side
Oh, come on. Why?
That's
Why?
Giggle.
Why would you
You're
try that on a
president.
Uranus,
That
bro?
Right there is Giggle.
Yeah. Okay. But I don't know if you want to keep doing that though, because right now Onyx might be looking for an angle. Liquid will still be quick enough to escape.
Force a flicker out.
And I guess this is the 3rd turtle that'll just go over to Liquid as they seemingly try to go for a mini fight, but it's not really gonna break out.
Their house, their
All right,
rules, yeah.
Let's talk about this then, because right now they're in full Stampede mode. TLPH is just controlling everything, taking whatever they want. Where does Onyx find that window? Where do they find this opportunity, Rockhart? to get themselves
Honestly,
back into the game? 'Cause
for
if
the
you look at
most
graph,
part,
it's so
I'm not gonna
there
lie.
for
I
TLPH.
feel
biggest way
like
they can actually
buttoning
get
up,
back into this one is a
buttoning up
really,
your shirt
really
all the
good
way.
deadly
It
magic
does look a
and,
lot
from
neater
the
and
Ruins
nicer.
on the back line. Carl
So-
Casey is very good at that. You kind of have to bypass Sanji. You have to take a fight that Sanji is in a very bad range to do anything. Because right now, low-key, Sanji is probably the biggest damage dealer onto Team Liquid right now. If we can see that graph anytime soon, maybe aside from Carl Teasy.
Oh, there's a Throne of Ruin.
Whoa, there's just something about Carl and his ability to dodge these Throne of Ruins.
We haven't seen very many
Trying to go for the
Alices
setup, Carl is just ready
either
to dash
in
away
North or
from
South.
it.
And he's just trying. He's trying to just limit test the stacks on the Skypiercer right now.
Deadly.
And this is what we talk about, guys. This is exactly why leading into the matchup, we talked about Claude for Teddy and why it's allowed to be steady Teddy.
Steady Teddy.
He's just been doing his thing, farming up. You know, he's going to be up there near Carl Teasy, who's 5-0, but Teddy has just been farming up. He hasn't had to do anything but just stay in the lane, do his thing, and eventually, when Onyx does decide, okay, we need to turn this around and fight, that's where Teddy comes in. And Carl Teasy is just going to be also trying to get that proc off with the Skypiercer.
Yeah, the biggest shock for me is they're not really doing much about Teddy. Onyx feels like they're just more focused on just surviving and not dying, and maybe trying to buy some time for Savero to get into play. But right now, Teddy is getting left unchecked for a majority of the game.
I mean, how do you do that if you're being constantly in check by the high loss?
Yeah.
You see the Uranus just recalling in front of your face, and it's just these two heroes that are required for Liquid to keep Onyx in check, and that's not helping the kind of plays.
What about you guys? You think anybody from the south is going to be able to beat Alpha 7?
Picked up now by King Kong, but Lord is secured now for Team Liquid, and this will get even more crucial fighting against Team Liquid. Ice Queen Wand now in the hands of Sanchi.
Yep.
So trying to get away is going to be a little bit more difficult because you're slowed down. So Team Liquid, with this kind of lead, with this kind of advantage, can actually force themselves potentially into the base. I don't think they're going to obviously win off the first Lord push. They still have the Holy Defenses to take into check here, but Onyx might be forced into a fight that they don't want to take. Oh, Deadly Magic is used.
And Saji's fine here. JP going up with that carpet, just pushing him back, and they still have a Lord Wave.
Okay. That's a Malefic gun already Malefic Roar already secured. He actually finds either King Kong, Super Prince, or Savero.
I think even for Savero, this is like, you know, has he had enough time to come online on this carry right now? But even if he has the
E7.
items, I think more than ever, the difficult part is actually getting into these team fights because, you know, carry obviously doesn't have that much range. He's only got a golden staff and a corrosive scythe, so he doesn't even have that little defensiveness that he needs. Usually the wind of nature, or at least something, even to stay alive.
We're definitely waiting for that Malefic gun.
Yeah.
Right? That's that fourth item. It's taking so long.
It's way too long. The shields are going to drop.
Sanji, he just decided to go in. That's the Throne of Ruin from Kirk. Could they find something out of this? But Carl instead just goes for the monster kill. Kirk still looking for, or is trying to sustain.
Wow.
But instead, just becomes a double kill for Carl once again. It's at 7-0-1.
Yeah, that doesn't feel like there's anything that King Kong could have actually done more or even better. Same with Super Friends, right? Because Super Friends just feels like it's just so hard to do anything as a low Yi, except maybe for teleporting.
Oh, thank you, love.
Line. But the front line is
how you doing, Playful?
Here. The front loaded damage from Onyx is not making a mark to the armor of TL.
Yeah.
Look at the base turret.
I loved watching. Oh, thank you. Even though I started going robot some few times, bro. That shit pissed me off.
Hasn't really had to do much this whole game except die a couple times when Onyx decided to throw themselves at him, but they might want to take this last base turret down. Oh boy. Oh, they want to fight.
Yeah, they're going to take
boy.
heroes one by one. It's going to be Kirk first. Fortunately, he's a bit tanky, so Team Liquid and Philippines aren't able to deal with him just yet. But now they are. Legendary for Carl on this Suyo. There goes the recalls. King Kong already have HP with just a single queller, and there's a minion inside the base.
Another.
Brusco not able to sustain.
That might be the end. They know this wave's pushing down the mid.
Yep, they have a wave accompanying them. A flicker from 40. Now instead he's just locking on the base, and Liquid are taking this series. It's a sweep for the cavalry.
That was just instrumental, surgical here for TLPH. Didn't even have a team fight at the very end.
Man, a sweep is not what I expected here for our golden rivalry. But you can see how happy they feel about it. Team Liquid now sitting at 7-0.
Yeah.
The first half of the regular season, they just ran through everybody.
Clean.
It's a perfect first half.
Yeah. I might actually have to side with the hot take.
I have a decent mic. I have no idea why it's doing that. I think it's my software. I have to keep resetting my software every match.
The way that they actually dominated Onyx, especially in this one, it didn't feel like there was a pushback. If you notice in that last one, it was just they were picking off targets one by one. There was very few
not even finals, and they got a huge crowd and a hype man. Yeah, right? I noticed that too.
Or an 8-0 Carl TZ Suyo stacked up out of his mind. Like, what do you do? What do you do in that situation but just like hope you don't die?
Hope you don't die.
But like Brusco, man, like think about their tankiest.
Sometimes when I see people doing that, turning around and like trying to do that for the crowd, like sometimes I wonder if they're a hype man or if they're just an attention whore. You know what I mean? Like the crowd was already going to be cheering and stuff like that, but he wants to make it seem like it's because of him.
Teleport behind Carl TZ while he's taking a Lord. That did not happen at all here.
And at some point, even if they did had teleported I think everybody just would have died to the Queller or the
They didn't have the
Sever or
firepower.
something, man. Yeah, there's just... And that's why I was wondering, like, where was that window? Where was that opportunity for Onyx to get back into this game? Because like you guys mentioned, I think Louis Yi as well just doesn't have that damage profile that you would see from other mages right now. But let's go ahead and throw it over on stage here for our winning interview with TLPH.
And with that, the Golden Rivalry ends with a 2-0 sweep in favor of Team Liquid Philippines. I don't know, Teddy, I want to ask, how was your first Golden Rivalry match?
Ano po, okay lang po kasi medyo nakaka-pressure nung una pero okay naman po kasi experience din.
And speaking of pressure, nabanggit ni Sabero na siya ang pressure. Na-pressure ka ba sa match line-up nyo?
Hindi naman po. Mas na-pressure ako kay Carl.
Bakit? Curious kami, bakit ka na-pressure kay Carl?
Jesus.
Bakit?
Bro, there is like a 308.
Have a new narrative.
308. From 140 to 308, there's a fucking break.
Pinapressure mo ba yan?
Hindi po lagi ko lang pong
Meanwhile, the Amer tournament has us making fucking sneakers in like a sweatshop.
Namimiss din yan ang ating mga super fans. So yung unang picture, this is MPL PH Season 9. Now the second one is MSC 2022.
Back to the more the safer options.
I'd be a hype man for the love of the game. I think that you could probably hype up the crowd. Vix.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the Sora is gonna come through.
Oh my God.
Comfort picks earlier too, and I believe KLVJ would really want.
Just
to
do a
get
lot of
his hands on
jumping.
that.
They'll get hype.
Yeah, I feel like
I don't know what she's cheering for, but start clapping
So
people.
I think we're absolutely, it's absolutely about time that we actually just focus on mid and roam, actually.
Yeah.
I feel like the light has been one of the biggest instruments why Aurora was the champion in the first place.
Yeah.
So yeah, roam picks are really high up in the air here. Get that Kalea out. I feel like the Grok is also, you gotta watch out for that. Although it won't get banned.
Yeah.
Highly doubt it's gonna get banned. But those are the picks that really makes it for light.
Yeah.
You just gotta prepare for it.
If AP Bren are looking to secure at least that hero for KLVJ though, could they ban the Valentina here or
Sora.
Just jumping up and down.
Sora, if it's not banned out,
yeah,
potential trade can either be there. Roro will tell us a lot if they're going to go for the Valentina Prio,
yeah,
or it's going to be the Harley, because that's kind of what we've seen too, or they go for a potential.
So is it Layla Bay?
We'll see. This will
It's
tell us a
Layla
lot, though,
Bay,
because there's
right?
a really good answer from AP Bren in that
yeah,
first phase.
That's looking like a Harith pick for AP Bren.
For Shizu.
Yeah, for Shizu, which I think they were able to play relatively well also. But what is the cryo for? Oh,
Baksha!
Team One Kite on the Baksha, right?
Wow. I was gonna say he was actually a Fredrin man, and I was hoping for him to be my fanny. But you know what, Baksha, we can't forget that because it's banned so often.
See, their
So this is
banner's
great.
just like people don't want to play it.
Yeah.
Like there's the other thing, you know. But yeah, Baksha's ban rate is pretty high. So they
This is
actually
a
go and pick it
child-friendly
up
game,
first pick.
sir.
This also
Exactly.
just allows Aurora to build
Bro.
a lineup based off that.
Way to
And
cross the
just if you have
line.
that jungler that can rotate around.
Should be
the map, they can
reported to the
quickly get on
police,
broken walls.
added to a
That's gonna be great.
list.
So we expected the sword to pick up. So I almost thought that Roro would want the Valentina.
Yeah, so
But this is a very Aqua pick. Like, he is one of the guys that just goes for the Valentina, especially if they're on the blue side.
exactly.
They'll go for it. So anyway, they get a Sora and a Valentina.
It's excellent. That Valentina kind of just discourages a lot of picks over here for Aurora, but will actually discourage an Eve here, which will kind of get dove a lot. We
Yeah.
haven't even seen the jungle pick. Probably will do a lot of assassination. So you're kind of just discouraging a mid pick here, or maybe forcing a mid pick, which
Yeah.
will actually benefit AP Bren as well.
Yeah, which I think if you do have to worry about whatever the jungler is gonna be, but that's what I was trying to go for. You know it's a Baksha, so it'll be okay to throw out at least another carry hero in mid, which is going to be the Kimi, and you see the Lapu. I just have this feeling that Edward is gonna be very locked in
Yeah.
in this series.
They look mad. Yeah, you know what? That's actually we've seen that from Aurora for a lot, especially if they lose a game.
That's what we
The
were saying
next
yesterday.
day, oh my goodness, good luck to you.
Yesterday, game 1, before they got reverse swept by Smart Omega, that's exactly what we were saying on broadcast. We were like, they came in very serious. Even the fan base of Aurora, the lights came in very, very serious. They were locked in game 1, but then for some reason, and I know the Tagalog broadcast commented on this a little bit, it was the dance off that we had, the number 1 Panod from Barangay Omega who gave them the dance buff. Because after that, I'm telling you, Smart Omega played completely different in game 2 and 3. So hopefully Aurora has come in, locked in for this. Their first phase of the draft is actually really good, but you can also look at AP Bren and say they got their picks that they really wanted. Aqua playing the Valentina will take what he wants in terms of ultimates, depending on the last 2 picks for Aurora, but not only that, you get a Sora for Kill VJ.
Yeah.
And that is great set potential, but you're dueling potential already with your first 3 picks, especially early game where we usually see the most action in the mid lane. This is such a threat, man. Like Khalid Valentina could potentially get an early first blood snowball for AP Brent.
Yeah, I was about to actually pivot into that.
I wish I
carry,
could sports
and
bets
I knew
on
there
these
was gonna be
games. I'm
fans
sure
out
you
there
could,
because you wanna
right?
you wanna be sure
There
the
has to be a
Boxer is gonna
way.
able to do crazy stuff without getting
You
damaged.
can bet on almost
And
everything
now,
else.
Even a Claude will actually have a hard time here. They can leave the Claude open, maybe just ban out another mid lane hero. Or sorry, another jungle hero.
Another jungle.
Yeah. Let's see. Because the only remaining gold laners for Shizu at this point, the Harith is still available, like we pointed out. But then, given that they're on a Valentina,
Implement
pick, you might
Mobile
need a bit
Legends
more
gambling.
range, so,
They do. That's how you get. That's how you get
also
your
looking at the
Naruto
other
skins.
marksmen that are still available if you want to make up for range. So far, they're taking out the Cho. Okay, that's a lot of roamers out for light, but the Grok is still there. So, yeah, there's a Valentina. So, even if you pick up the Grok, they'll be okay because they'll have a tech charge for their own.
Yeah, they can play around that. There's just the last ban here for Aurora. What do they still target Shizu? He might just end up picking the Harith like mentioned before.
That's an easy go-to. But again, your damage profile is probably going to be majority magic.
Too much magic.
Yeah, except for the Sora. So you will want to have like a really solid gold lane that isn't magic here for this lineup, maybe.
Fun crowd. It really is, dude.
Yeah.
They're okay with it because again, the range problem is gonna be there. So I mean, Aurora too. They basically have a Kimmy. We don't know what the gold laner is gonna be just yet, but they could still switch things up. But if AP Bren lock in the Harith here, you pretty much know where the main damage is gonna come from. Unless
Are they forcing YSS? Or AP Bren, maybe?
Is there a new set of crowd for this match? That's exactly what I was saying in my head. I'm like, did all the fucking Onyx and Liquid fans just file out and in-filed Aurora and AP Bren crowd? That's crazy.
As you mentioned, Rockhart. So
In North America, it's the BTK crowd and then nothing.
I think Grace is right. Utility jungle might be it's the logical thing to put here.
And then
'cause it's just
crickets.
Fred.
But you're giving it to James Banks, really? You want to give that guy utility jungler?
yeah, that's the thing.
That might be the move here from Rora, saying, you know what?
Yeah.
We're gonna put the man with a million moves on a utility. Oh, they'll go to Granger and got a counter. Granger's rising in stock. It's picked up now.
Yeah.
6 times, was it?
Third Granger in a straight series.
Yeah.
3 series that has a Granger on it.
And it's the Gatot Kimmy all oh.
Of course he's not gonna play utility.
Of course he's not gonna play
utility, bro.
Gonna bring a new hero out. Brings out the Joy. First one of season 17.
Excellent.
Let us know.
Bro,
Scan
where
the QR
are
code
the
right here,
North
super fans.
American
Get a chance to win
results?
1,000 MLBB diamonds. This is your opportunity. You have other opportunities too. We're giving away 1,000 MLBB diamonds in different ways. Well, this one happens every match. Look at the prediction here from the super fans out right now. 77% for Aurora. Heavily in favor for them. And I have to say, like, both sides
I am
of
the
this
BTK
equation
crowd.
need the win here.
Dude.
Brent, especially even Aurora.
You are the
definitely need a win,
problem.
but look at this. The composition, at least right now, is leaning towards AP Brent.
Yeah, it feels like they have more more affinity to go for early kills. I think they're a very early to mid-game centric lineup. Their late game might be lacking though, so that's something that maybe Aurora can have in the bag this time around.
I cannot believe we are entering this series with
I
both
own a
teams
BTK
only
shirt. It's
at
my pride and joy.
2 wins each for the first half of the season. Not something you would expect, especially from Aurora. So it means this is gonna be the deal breaker for both Aurora and AP Bren.
I would say it's going to set their pace for the second half of the regular season.
Yeah.
And, you know, I really do feel like, oh, that was stolen and taken. Shizu. Well, man, that sucks for Team Kites.
There's just no other way around it, bro.
There's no other way to say it.
Yeah.
Shizu's like, let me just trot on over here, and boom, I'll take the purple.
Who would have thought it would be a gold laner invading the purple? Okay, but that's at least a flicker already.
Team Kites mad.
Okay,
You
okay.
guys, oh yeah, I would be so mad if that was me.
Yeah,
and now he's gonna be a little bit more delayed, especially in this coming turtle.
It also makes it harder for Dome and Kite in a way because this matchup already, usually YSS is pretty favored in the gold lane matchups. So now that he's got a purple buff, gives him a bit more of an upper hand. They're going to focus here in the mid lane. James Panks is just around the corner. Doesn't have the level 4 just yet. Dome and Kite will get out just in time. He'll be fine. So no first blood going, but I mean, you can already see this small little gold lead that's building up for
you know what
AP
upsets
Bren.
me?
This will actually
Why
set
does
them in a pretty
MPL
good
Brazil,
position
why does the
for that
Brazilian
turtle, but I
channel
think
have
Team Kite even himself,
the
once he
results
gets to
up
level
and
4,
our
you
NA
see
channel
he's
doesn't
nearly,
have
what
the
is it,
full
about a
results
level
of the North
behind right now against
on their
James Panks?
Instagram?
Yeah, so he's got to catch up to actually get into that first turtle.
The bigger one is on the gold lane, actually. Shizu got so much gold.
Yeah, I know they look like very small things, but they feel huge, especially for Aurora in terms of.
I didn't read finagled at first. I read fingered for a second as I glanced at the chat. Spirited fingered it for me. I was like,
oh my goodness, look at AP Bren. They clearly have control of the start.
This is why, you know, these small things that you see happen in the beginning minutes of the game do compound. They do add up. And so giving a team like this, AP Bren, who has a lineup that should be able to shine, especially with a lead like this early on, they can make something happen. No one's gone down yet, but, you know, they are ahead of Aurora, and Aurora has to kind of catch up. That's why we see them trying to make plays here.
Okay, they're going to try and go for Nova.
I don't know if it's Bad Cat. I think they have somebody different.
Still no kills on the board.
Yeah, that was closer though. 'Cause
I
feel
honestly
like
don't know what.
defended sometimes
I know
like
Bad
really
Cat
strong
still
and
works. I
ideal
wonder if she
built
still
in onto
does the
matchup.
KOL
This
stuff
talent will
though.
actually suffer more and more as this game goes by. That might be a little bit of a ticket or a license here for Aurora to make more aggressive plays.
KLVJ missed his hero.
Jesus.
And, oh my
That
goodness,
was a hell of a lot of damage. It was the Kimmy though. Oh, and another one.
Wow, James Panks gets a double, picks up a Genius One already, and Shizu rushed the Hunter Strike. He went for that first item because he had such an advantage in the gold lane, and that's why you're seeing the members of Aurora get melted down before they can even react.
And in these last few team fights, we didn't even see the majority of the electrifying beats used up properly. It was like a fadeaway. So the majority of the damage actually is coming over from Aqua, from KLVJ and Nova, Shizu as well.
Wow.
That's why we were saying, you know, that combo that is deadly, just with the Khalid and the Valentina, but then you allow a hero like this, a Joy that we have not seen in the season just yet until now, that James Panks brings it to the table. You kind of remember, you know, how much damage Joy can do. And now it's going to work synergistically because you have the Genius Wand. You're able to go ahead and
Synergistically. I like that word.
into the fight of Aurora and let the team capitalize on it. So Aurora's got no option but to just take this objective. We'll see if the rotate happens fast enough.
Mountain Shocker already used light, trying to zone, but James Pack still makes it. That's the AOG, but it's KLVJ with the last hit on the objective, and he gets taken out by Aurora.
Turtle for a kill, I'll probably take that any day, especially right now. And not to mention, your gold laner is actually getting a lot of free takes. Although there is still really good pressure coming in from Aurora right now, it's getting mitigated. We're seeing Nova and Aqua just in tandem, making sure no invades happen.
Aurora Rora's job right now is to also take care of Doming Kite. He just did pick up the Sky Piercer. They have some ground to cover still, down about almost 2,000 gold at this point, but as long as Doming Kite farms up, catches up a bit in the gold, you can see he's still about 500 gold behind, but you know, we've seen this with Grangers before. They're definitely going to have to build up. And then once they start getting those stacks, that's where they become dangerous. So AP Bren needs to continue to play into this advantage that they have. Aqua will go ahead and pick up a glowing wand, so that'll help deal with some of that sustainability that comes also with a Gatakacha on your side with a Revitalize.
Something really interesting for me, though, is the fact that we don't really get to see Edward rotating out of his lane that much. I don't know if it's just KelVJ really doing a great job at holding him down, because look at where KelVJ is. It's not even in the EXP lane.
He's trying to help out here a lot. I don't know what they're trying to do in terms of just leaving Edward. It's weird that Edward's usually the guy who left in the lane. I normally see him the one cutting and then rotating to the fight. Yeah. That's not happening here.
Yeah, I think he kind of knows the assignment right now because they're playing on the back foot this early on, that Edward just needs to go ahead and get farmed up to a point where he's kind of that bruiser, you know, for the team, because Demon Kite as well. Eventually they'll be there. Him, Demon Kite, and Light will be such a big part of this front-to-back composition where they provide space to Demon Kite. And Yua as well, like we've seen with Kimmy a lot of times. You know, you're just playing for that traction pulse, and the damage is respectable from Kimmy itself, but they're really, the job here for Rora's lineup is let Demon Kite get to where he needs to be. This next turtle, last one of the game, comes up here. Rora wants to go ahead and get this one. They're all in position. Now AP Bren, how do they respond? Nova spotting out Rora here. Mountain Shocker used as well. Oh,
that's a traction pulse. Dodged by KelVJ here. Finally, the bravest fighter coming in from Edward, and now Aurora secured the turtle. KelVJ, he gets to survive that. AOG doesn't land. Nova looking like the next target. That's a stun from the Latch Shaker, and Edward will be finding that kill.
Yeah, we're really seeing the punish here coming in from that Baksha. The Kali just cannot withstand the amount of pressure, and the healing is not catching up.
So that lead that AP Brent had is gone. That's a big pendulum swing now in favor for Rora at this point. 7:15 into this game. And we'll put them in a position to actually go ahead and secure a Lord once it comes up. So now AP Brent is the ones in the position where, you know, they were throwing so much at Rora, but now they have to be a little more decisive.
Yep.
So I'm also, one thing I'm looking at, oh, Edward, 1v2.
Oh, he wants to go for Shiso, but that's two members. Oh! The dodge from Shiso!
Jesus.
Go ahead and secure a Lord once it comes up. So now AP Brent is the ones in the position where, you know, they were throwing so much at Rora, but now they have to be a little more decisive.
Yep.
So I'm also, one thing I'm looking at.
Hold on, I'll be right back, guys. 1 second.
Oh, Edward, 1v2.
Oh, he wants to go for Shiso, but that's two members. Oh! The dodge from Shiso! Edward gets outplayed by two!
That was athletic. That's what I like to call the athletic flicker.
I was still a 1v3 though, so.
Okay, yeah, it was three.
Hey, he's a brave fighter
He's a
for a reason.
brave fighter.
You know, he tried.
And the problem is, while all that's happening, obviously Shizo got a kill. Dominkite actually received 3 lanes worth of minions, plus a tower on the bottom side of the map. So it's not like they just gave up Edward.
Yeah.
They got it. They did it for a reason as well. So seeing the gold here, I think we are going to see the Granger a lot more comfortable in the next few minutes. Core items locked in, Hunter Strike as well as the Sky Piercer, so he's fine. Just don't die. But look at this.
Oh! Okay, that did not land, but look at... Oh, Oh, KLVJ the king! Every single time he could look for a setup, he's gonna go for it. And now it's James Banks finding you in the backlines. Lanshaker committed here. But that's a copied bravest fighter by Aqua.
There you go. But that was my question earlier. I'm wondering what ultimates Aqua would go ahead and take. But hey, AP Brandon fights back. They counterpunch into Aurora themselves. And this is going to be an interesting Lord take once they decide to go for it. Light trying to hold on to that tier 1 up top for Aurora. Meanwhile, James Panks is going to go ahead and grab his purple buff. Most likely orange, and then lead into this Lord. So Demon Kite and the rest of Aurora got to be ready for this fight. Yue doesn't have a flicker, neither does Demon Kite.
Yeah.
Something to take note of here, but neither does Kill VJ or Nova. So some big battle spells for both setters on both sides. This is just going to be a full-out brawl for the Lord.
Yeah, this is a literal dance. You can't shortcut or anything here. You can't flicker forward. Has to be very honest. They will try to go for an honest fight here.
We're going to go for it. Light spots him out.
Light might go for the stun. The taunt lands and he steals the Lord away from AP Brand. Shizu kills Light, but then could he find more? It's going to be KLVJ next on the chopping block. The go for the stun. The taunt
For here, you can't flicker forward. Has to be very honest. They will try to go for an honest fight here.
We're going to go for it. Light spots him out.
Light might go for the stun. The taunt lands and he steals the
How did he get that?
Spots him out.
Light might go for the stun.
They will try to go for an honest fight here.
We're going to go for it. Light spots him out.
Light might go for the stun. The taunt lands and he steals the Lord away from AP Brand. Shizu
What
kills Light, but then
was
could he
Shizu
find more?
doing? Did he not have his retribution?
Light might go for the stun. The
Or not
taunt-
Shizu, that's James. Where's James?
Forward. Has to be very honest. They will try to go for an honest fight here.
We're going to go for it. Light spots him out.
Light might go for the stun. The taunt lands and he steals the
We're going to go for it. Light spots him out.
Light might go for the stun. The taunt lands and he steals the Lord away from AP Brand. Shizu kills Light. The taunt
Who was the next
Go
one?
for it. Light spots him out.
Light might go for the stun. The taunt lands and he steals the Lord away from AP
So Lights on the Garikacha, he used his dash to get the aggro on to get the aggro onto the Joy, so that the Joy, or not the aggro, the taunt onto Joy, so Joy was forced to hit him instead of retributing.
Especially in the chaos, Doming is just on a free hitting spree.
Yep, gets a stack. That's something he's definitely going to need, but great job there by Light. I'm not sure if we're going to see them get to the base turrets or the Holy Shields
Probably
down.
not quite yet.
Yeah, because AP Brandon, it's not like they're down massively. They can actually still fight and hold Aurora here. So they'll do just that. Oh, shifting sides.
Demon Kite gets caught under the turret now, and there goes the Raging Sandstorm, landing on Yue! But the flicker! He's
Wow,
down!
Yue.
He's chased out by Aqua and James Pax, and James Pax is currently on a mega kill, but Demon Kite gets traded down. That's an AOG2 coming from Light, and AP Bren are going to disengage.
A great response from AP Bren, even dealing with the Lord. They'll find the perfect targets in Yue and Dome and Kite to take them out.
Yeah, AP Bren definitely doing the right steps here. Although with that last engagement, I think Rora is flexing. You know what? Try to go for a 5v5 brawl with us. You're probably not going to come out on top. So they do still have a lot of that firepower, especially when you're clumped up together. But AP Bren, they're dancing it beautifully.
It's all about how AP Bren utilizes the tools that they have here between a Kill VJ, like we just saw, Nova as well, and also information given from Shizu with the Bound Shocker. So there's always this opportunity for them to go ahead and have at least the visuals that they need to go ahead and set that up. Also, Aqua, again, on ultimates that he can take to go ahead and help them secure a team fight here. So AP Bren, I'd say, still in relative good grounds to contest, find a pick off if they can. I'm not sure if they want to actually, let's say, I don't want to say waste, but like if they want to use a flicker setup from Nova to try to get a pick off numbers advantage before the next Lord. That could be something, or they just go for taking out a tier 1 turret in the mid lane, at least to open up the map a little bit more for them, because they're so pushed forward towards their base right now, and they don't want to, it seems like they just don't want to overstep into Aurora's territory.
Yeah, this is basically AB Bren playing it a little bit more safer because they know they kind of just need more maybe gold or items onto Shizo so they can actually go ahead and demolish. James Panks looks really good right now as well. Watch out for that guy. He's going to be very electric, especially if Aurora make sure that they don't have like that crowd control to lock down this Joy.
Yeah, actually, even just looking at the items from James Pass, I feel like this is really enough to eliminate either Yue or Dominkite once he actually gets access to them. And as you mentioned, the only means they could probably utilize to just prevent James Pass from going for that dive is either the stun on the back shield unity, which I don't know if you want to use defensively, or the taunt
True.
from
I like the stat timeline. I've never seen that.
Or Bravest Fighter.
Or the Lantern
Dude, they
Reaction
even
Bravest
have
Fighter.
heart
So-
rates.
Aqua
They
so
even
looking
have
for
the, I
to
think
take
early,
or
they had the
yeah,
heart
oh,
rates
Jesus up
in the first few
towards the
days
top
where
side. I think
they
he
could
wants to go
show
ahead and
what the
push that
players'
lane
heart rates were.
first.
And it was
He
so
does, so he
funny
goes for that shot.
because
Again, he can get it really quickly. It's just
the
gonna be a
heart rates
reset,
in
though, for
games would be
either
like
team. With as even
maybe
as
like
this is in
80,
terms of itemization and
80,
firepower
90,
on both
but
sides, you
the
can't
heart rate when they were on
overstep.
stage
Look at Aqua, look at Nova.
next to the hosts and stuff like that was like 160, 120. So funny.
The Lord is very low and Demon Kite still secures it either way. LBJ2 with the stun from the Mountain Shocker, and they've surrounded Aurora. They find Demon Kite and
Oh, Jesus.
catches Shizo.
Oh, they're on the hunt for James Panks. They have a lore to walk with. Can James Panks pop off with his million moves? Is he going to be able to escape this? Oh, they know. Lights charging up.
He's still gonna dash. He's still gonna find the target, but Demon Kite has the damage.
No shake and bake here.
Man, no shake and bake. That is kinda
True.
sad to
How
look
do
at,
you
but look
how
at
did you
Domek, man.
use
He's going
my
bananas. He's doing
post in
everything.
your
Oh,
story?
Oh, that was a two-man setup, but the damage wasn't there. It was just no.
If I want to, how do I use somebody else's post in my story on Insta?
The Lord's going to go ahead and charge into the turret. So much just happened.
When I roam, I'm so
off this
chill.
Lord take. They are most likely going to lose this turret unless they just don't push in any further. Edward jumping in. Couple shots from Dome and Kite.
What?
Oh, jump in.
What? Light actually still wants to
Just for the
fight.
turret.
Okay, okay.
All right.
My
excellent
heart rate's
isolation
crazy
from
when I
AB
play
Bren's
marksman.
side. That was actually just a really, really good Aurora disengage, and as well as a clutch retry from Demon Kite. Man, that looked so bad for a few seconds.
Yeah, it's good that Demon Kite was able to actually secure the Lord there because it almost looked like for a second, too, that AP Bren was just going to clearly win that fight. I don't know if we'll get a replay on it, but Nova actually tried to zone out Dome and Kite. And unfortunately for him, you know, the team just ended up losing the fight. Maybe the Raging Sandstorm could have worked better if he was able to use it a little bit sooner.
He went the long way around.
He went the long
around
way.
the rock.
Yeah.
They got to surround Aurora, but maybe that wasn't the best position to be in for a lot of these players that we saw earlier. But
Yeah, and the follow-up by Light as well with the AOG. You guys saw that?
Yep, to go ahead and help Dome and Kite secure the kill again.
That's crazy.
He's got stacks now. That's the danger area. Edward's going to jump forward, gets the stun.
Press the DM button,
again, he's
but
gonna be
add
fine.
to story.
Try
And
to
so
bait
it's just,
something.
yeah, it's just testing the waters here from Aurora.
Yeah, the big, you know, the silver lining here for AP Bren is they can
What's
still
the
kind of
DM
access
button?
most of their jungle. Unlike some teams or unlike some matchups where your jungle is completely off limits now,
yeah,
they can kind of just get stuff in. James Max also hasn't quite reached his ceiling yet.
Yep.
I think he's on 4 items. Double checking. Yes, he's on 4 items right now. So he's not quite there yet on the damage department. And that's unfortunate because he's like the major damage dealer aside from Shizo.
yeah. Shizo, at this point, he doesn't even seem to be prioritizing joining team fights just yet. I think there is a bit more focus on still, of course, getting in that farm. Because either way, if you use the Mountain Shocker, you get that slight speed up, so it'll be a lot easier for you to catch up anyway. And you're the guy assigned to just do this kind of strategy, similar to what we see from Onyx a lot of times when Savero is on the Eastern Shin. But Aurora are actually bursting the lore right now. It does get reset.
All right,
They need
I'm
a bit
on a
more
post.
Shizo's pretty far from this one. He's coming from the back.
Oh, KelVJ, he wants to go for the stun. He doesn't use it though. Ah, they're actually after the hero! But Yue and Dominicai can handle themselves! they don't find the targets that they want.
What a traction pulse.
The double marksman is doing it.
Yep.
Jumping from light.
Now it's Shizo, one of the
Jason Shizo.
marksmen. And the placement won't save him there. Dominkite is unstoppable. James Max gets stunned. Gets the
I see the share button, but it only shows me other people's accounts.
Shake it and bake it, as you mentioned right there.
There it is. They're going to work on the mid turret. They're looking to end the game.
They stun Aqua. Now it's godlike and a 17-minute game for the Northern Lights.
That's not bad at all. As you can see, Aurora, they took the long way around, but they got to it eventually. It's 1-0 against AP Brent.
Roar.
Roar.
Took them a bit to come online, but man, they did it, and that's another Granger game getting a win here. Big shout out to Leo, man. I don't know how he just ended up singing on the broadcast. He's the one that usually does that.
Just shaking and baking.
Yeah, shaking and bacon. That's what that was.
And he suddenly sings.
Yeah, great game one that we had. Because gotta give it up to AP Bread. They started off strong. They had the right game plan. With an amazing purple steel start too for Shizu.
Yeah.
It's just, unfortunately, for them, they couldn't win the late game team fights, and that's where Aurora is usually able to go ahead and lock back in. And as long as, I said this in the beginning of the game when we were early game, I said as long as they protect Dominkite, he's able to get to where he needs to be, gets the stacks, he's good. And that's exactly kind of what happened here as it unfolded throughout the game.
Yeah.
UA's Kimmy, by the way, allowed a lot of this to happen.
I can't believe we worried about them. I can't believe we were worried about these two marksmen in Aurora, because we saw it earlier. Even if you try to chase them down, they'll just kite you and throw their bullets at you, and they actually have enough damage to burst you.
Yeah, it just feels like it's a rubber band snapping back at you.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it feels like when you try and chase him. By the way, I was checking Yue. He was actually fine, but look at this guy. Dominkite, MVP, very clean Granger game. Barely could be touched here as our MVP. 8-2-4. Didn't get full marks yet, but he's getting there.
I wonder how many stacks he ended up
Did
with.
he get 80?
Probably 40.
Because I think he picked up the Sky Piercer just a little bit late. Because again,
Oh,
it's a
bro.
late
All right.
matchup.
This
It's
shit
a
is
late.
so complicated
against
sometimes.
Shizu,
And he
but-
died too.
Yeah, and he died. But nonetheless, this is still Dominkite, one of the best gold laners in the league right now. I know they've been technically struggling in terms of his team, but still in the matchup, the positioning that you see Dominkite is able to pop off. You know, he can actually make it happen, but it was Rora as a team that allowed him the space to make this happen.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the story that we're seeing for a lot of Grangers. If teams are going to go ahead and pick him, you got to go ahead and be able to utilize him in this way. And so this was just a really well complemented draft from Rora to allow Dominkite to get this MVP performance. And, you know, even starting off with the back foot, like, commendable to them. Staying alive through a lot of the set potential too that came with.
Wait, how do I make a story? Can I not? Can I not make a story on the computer? Do I have to use my phone? Maybe that's what it is.
Aqua decided to take even.
Is Granger
I'll bet that's
actually
what it
back
is
now?
too.
'Cause-
Son of a bitch.
It feels like he's kind of back.
Yeah, we saw
Feels
it.
like it, doesn't it?
There you go. Look at the highlight.
Beautiful. As a Granger, 491 games right now. I'm reaching
Wow.
500 tomorrow.
491, so you're shooting
491.
for
Yeah,
500.
so he's playing
Shooting
at least 9
500
games tomorrow. Okay.
I have to say that it's really good, and as well, by the way, let's not underestimate you.
491 games on Granger. That is fucking lightweight.
I looked behind. He did not even build Sky Piercer. He actually adjusted the build. He did not need the kills. He was burning. He was glowing wand with everything.
Yeah.
He was just supporting. He knew he needed to give the reins over the Dominkite.
Yeah, and I think from the very beginning, it was a setup for Dominkite all along. Honestly, the Baksha pick and it felt as if we were asking a bit more from Edward, but he did show up later on too.
Yeah.
I think if I were AP Bren, I would feel deceived because.
You'd feel deceived?
Yeah,
Why?
no, I feel like they're playing very passive. We could just keep going at them or something like that. We're not seeing Edward actually do Edward things, so we could just keep playing aggressive. But they were all just trying to set up.
I
for
see it,
Yue
girl.
and
I see the
Dominkite.
add to
Specifically
story now.
Dominkite
You have to use
scale
your
up his
phone.
bar and to
I'm so
keep
stupid.
kiting them towards towards their trap.
Yeah.
And that is what cost AP Brand this game.
It's
I guess
unfortunate.
hence the name Dominkai. It was a beautiful kite game.
Just kiting them.
Only kiting actually for today, at least for this game.
Yeah.
I never got to ask them how he came up with Dominkai, or if it simply was just because Demonkai already had his name, and then, you know.
Maybe you should guest them in the podcast and ask them.
I don't know if they have enough English in the bank, man. Like, you know, they're great to talk to and briefly and everything, but I feel like at some point they're just like, wala na Tagalog or wala na English go. Nosebleed go. I talk to them, you know, backstage and everything else when I see them, but I don't know if they could do a whole like 45-hour podcast. But I don't know. We'll see. But it's a great game.
Congratulations on your podcast, by the way.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Check it out if you want to.
Yeah.
Now, also, by the way, I need to take a sip because.
May I have one? Good
Yes.
sir.
Number one, it's really hot here because SIP
Thank
purifies water is filtered through volcanic rocks for a crisp, clean taste that quenches like no other. Quench that thirst, take that sip. I actually need that, guys, because I'll tell you what, it is very mainit here. It is very hot.
Very mainit.
And you see, the stage is also hot because you see the Max 5D on stage. That's clever engineering for you guys out there. Keep those teams locked in. No distractions, just pure performance. Brought to you by TT Racing Philippines. We have your back.
Yep.
Use Brigad's code.
We, yeah, you can use my code.
What's your code?
If you want a 2,000 discount, I think that's Brigada 2,000.
2,000 pesos.
Hey, 2,000.
That's quite a bit of a discount, by the way. That's around like 40, 50 USD. So, you know, and also, if you guys thought you missed your shot, think again, because the Talent Academy registration has officially been extended until tomorrow, April 20.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
She's so hyper. I'm like just watching her spaz out in the middle of that seat, dude.
And take your shot.
The door is still open. Go ahead, take my seat.
Hey.
Hey.
No,
No.
that's our coach, by the way.
Yes,
And
this
get
was
the-
our coach.
And get
He
those
was our coach.
applications in. And we'll see you on the big stage.
I just want to go ahead and say that
Me if I
Brigada
cast.
and
Dude,
and
I was sitting back behind the camera, just kind of like bouncing back and forth toward the end because I start getting my little,
and so maybe
when I start
you guys
getting
want
tired,
to,
I
you know,
think my body just
join
starts
us, and you
moving
can
to
have
kind of
people tell you to start
keep
the
me
game.
awake
Yeah.
Bro, 4
when I
hours
need
of
it.
challenge
And
right now
Zena
on
was
from
making fun of me in the back
on the
when
desk
people
right
couldn't
That's
see
true.
me.
That's saying something.
Was there a time when everybody was? No, I don't think so.
Almost.
No.
Barely.
Almost, yeah, almost.
Almost.
I
Maybe
don't think so.
someday, but you know, yeah, Rockhart got to share a lot of his wisdom,
He
a lot
was
of his
Coach
knowledge.
Rockhart.
Coach Rockhart. This guy's been a part of the season, the league, since season 1. The grandfather,
Thank
if
you
you
for
will.
reminding me.
The
So
grandfather
nice
of.
of you to remind me how old I am.
Hey, that's why they call me Nice You. The grandfather of English broadcast, right here. I'll tell you what, you can learn a lot from Rockhart.
Yes.
And you know, he's got a ton of history. If I need to know something history, I ask Rockhart
Yeah.
or Leo or Renmar. All right, let's look at this. The power pose. This is the smart power pose right now. That's Demon Kite. That's about as easy as it gets. This has to be one of the easiest smart power poses.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to be involved.
Come on.
It's a 1. It's a 1. And it's spaghetti pababa. Right?
Oh,
I know it.
I don't know if Demon Kite actually dances that, but okay. Oh, we have a face-off.
Oh, boy.
Face-off.
Uh-oh.
Hold that pose. Hold that
Do
pose.
we need like a bigger smile or a smaller one?
I think we need a...
Dude, I don't think Smile's get any bigger than that.
All right, congratulations. I guess the big smile was good enough. No,
Yeah.
she's like waving. She's like, no, I don't.
No.
No, you won, ma'am. Congratulations. I think we're gonna roll out the red carpet, by the way, because super fans, you know that men are 5 times more prone to dandruff. Don't let flakes or ruin your focus.
Wow, power up with Clear Man. Its triple cooling power gives you 100% dandruff-free hair for that ultimate fresh feeling.
Oh my god,
Supercharged.
this is so
And
cheesy.
he's got that messy look that's very difficult to achieve
Yeah.
And maintain.
and maintain because throughout the day, you know,
Well,
it's not perfectly combed, but
Yeah.
that's how most men like it.
see, I things up a bit because Aurora seemed to have read them out at least.
Damn, Coach G feels like he is having a bit of a tough time on this, actually. Making sure that, you know, players like Light can't be empowered. Again, I still can't believe
The random ads, yeah, bro. I had to skip them after we got to the dandruff, and I'm like, all right, that's enough of that.
Boxer still. And so does this mean you want to go ahead and like consider also not letting them get the Granger again?
Or
Now actually Shizu can play that hero.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
You can.
Yeah.
Or do they want to do a similar front-to-back approach? Because the joy just didn't work.
I actually think so. I think we kind of just can leave the mid lane for later. Because I know Aqua has like a deep ocean of heroes. Yeah, love that, Khalid. But again, it's gonna get
No Sora,
countered a
huh?
little bit by the Baksha.
That's the reason, like, Joy's damage and everything else was still great. Like, that's usually what we expect from a Joy, but she just got blown up. Wait,
Yeah.
Joy is a... Is Joy a she or he?
Yeah, the Baksha plays.
An it.
The Baksha was able to just like, oh,
Yeah,
bump
like,
into the Joy.
bump into the Joy and you were dead.
And it's such an underrated crowd control, isn't it? But it really puts you off your tempo.
Yeah.
That's why I like the Joy.
So are they going Gatot, Kimi again here, or the Lapu?
You could honestly
Lapu,
just take the
Kimi?
Kimi at least.
Yeah, just the Kimi.
Yep.
Lapu, Kimi.
Yeah,
Run it back. Deja vu.
I mean, if it worked, why not?
What was no? This is also
It was supposed to be supposed to
Sora.
be Valentina Sora.
Yeah,
And then Khalid.
They could still go Sora here though, but
It could just be the same. But
It's
If-
KL who's calling it, so maybe yes.
if that's the thing, though... Okay, yeah, it is. So if that's the case, then what you do need to change is change the jungle.
and the
You think?
or ban out. Nah, cause do we really ban the Granger now? I don't think it's a.
Is it super worthy? Because it wasn't like... It was good at the late game, but it wasn't oppressive. I feel like it could have actually been handled
So
if they went there a little earlier.
Do I pick heroes based on the map type? No, but I probably should.
Okay.
The only one that I really think matters is expanding rivers, just because it allows you to you can get to the other side of the map so freaking quickly with that. So you can probably enable picks that don't have a lot of movement speed or aren't known for their movement.
So now they take out
Everything else, I'm kind of like, I guess the cloud one too. Maybe you can use, it'll help you a little bit more with late game marksmans or late game side laners, because you can return, you can be a little bit more aggressive and in the early game, and you can return to base and get back to the tower before minions are crashing. You know what I mean?
Again, Light's such an underrated player when it comes to these.
That's how I feel about the missing walls. Really?
More pick-off hero.
That's not even a
Hylos,
pick-off hero, but
really?
they ban it still.
Yeah,
They're okay with the Grok.
Grok is great. Yeah, Grok is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
The Clans man down. Are they just going to pick up
jungle.
jungle now, or do they go for Shizu's pick?
Or
YSS again.
Harith. Or
The-
Oh, okay.
Harley.
Game Spanx. All right, not bad.
Okay, I think this is at least better than the Joy.
Yeah, yeah.
In terms of like from start to finish. But the answer is going to be the Harith going over to Dome and Kite.
That's excellent.
And what, do they go
If it's
Grok?
Grok, oh
Grok. Just
man.
Grok it, bro. It's not a.
We haven't seen a lot of Groks in North or South
Really
either.
Tech charge ammo right now.
Yeah, their only consideration probably is just the Valentina, but
It's not. Whoa!
Oh, spicy!
Debut pick, one of my most played roams. Love to see it right here, Badong.
yeah.
Badong, huh?
Really don't want to give it to the Valentina, I guess. So Shizo, whatever Shizo's gonna pick is not gonna have a great time.
Moskov,
so-
YSS are the options right now. Maybe go for a gold. They need range, so they can't go fighter gold or anything.
Yeah.
So they need range. Obsidia could be forgiven, but it's gonna have a hard time.
Obsidia.
They're running out, basically. It's Moskov or YSS at this point.
He's probably just going to go Moskov. Unless because he doesn't go Granger, does he?
He could.
Yeah,
He could.
we said it a couple times even to Teddy,
No,
but he
it's
did.
Moskov.
But
It's
yeah, they're just gonna
Moskov.
be safe. Ah.
I am a
Kinda
little
tough.
worried for AP Brent here, guys. I think their composition is very squishy. It's
It can fall apart pretty easy.
very fast, yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
And Yeah, that's a problem for AP Brand because if they don't get the early game that they need and they get out farmed, oh no, Aurora. Now that they're on momentum, might just go for the sweep here.
Well, we did see them have momentum yesterday. They had a pretty decisive game one, and then things kind of slipped out of their hands. They got reverse swept, so AP Bren, there's still hope for them. They can still make this work. Maybe if they get an early start, like we got to see a glimpse of in game one, that's going to be best for them, especially having a Harley this time. So I think for James Banks, him alongside Aqua, they got to go ahead and make this work and get the snowball rolling for AP Bren for hopes to get to a game 3. We're jumping in the land of dawn. Let's see if it's going to be a sweep here for Aurora.
Yep. It does feel like we're seeing a bit of a... It feels like AP Bren, who's clinging to these very aggressive early game to mid game heroes, trying to get a very early advantage. And I think it did work, right? It did work last game. But now I don't know if that's going to be the same case, especially with a very aggressive anti-gank hero like a Badang.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons why they picked this instead of the Grok. They want to discourage these early engagements, because if you get walled out very early on, sometimes there's just no going out. You're going to be forced to use a flicker, and then you're going to lose your advantage. So I really like what Aurora's doing here.
Yeah, and they got the early game they won this time. Demon Kite not necessarily interrupted. And same as what he mentioned, you might feel a bit discouraged to just keep playing aggressive.
Like that.
Line up, right? And that's over. First blood for Aurora.
And that's why the Badang Roam works so well. It's such a good tempo breaker, and even when you're so used, because I mean, I don't know if Nova was just not expecting it, because he held on to the flicker too, you know? So he's like, yeah, I've done this many times. I can just quick sand guard it up, I'm gonna be fine. But then, because it's also a Baksha in the hands of Demon Kite, like he can rotate so quickly. And this being, you know, just a map that favors the rotations when we get to the expanding rivers portions of this. So they're off to an early start for Aurora instead.
Yeah, I like that you said that with a little bit of a smirk before you said it. You know?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's what Badang does.
My guy. Again, it's because even Brigitte was mentioning, you know, these early to mid-game heroes that AP Bren likes to pick up. Well, Badang is just one of those heroes that goes and stops some of the tempo that is built around those kind of heroes in those compositions. We'll see how the response is. Light's actually pretty low here.
Yeah.
So they might have an upper hand.
KillVJ even still has his ultimate. Now they're blocking these entry points. KillVJ with a two-man set. Follow-up from Aqua, copying that bravest fighter with attraction pulls. Doesn't pull anyone in, but they're after Demon Kite. They just want to take the kill on Demon Kite. The SOD doesn't land, but still, Nova with the flicker now gets the job done. But Aurora are still not letting go of this turtle.
Yeah, very unfortunate as well. Missing on the SOD could have been pretty good for AP Bren, but they still go for it.
Yeah, James Pangs gets to secure that. Raging Sandstorm stopping Aurora from going for the chase. AP Bren actually were able to get what they wanted.
Yeah, they went with a fight. Again, Light was really low before that fight broke out, and then they decided to, you know what, just force Aurora into this position that they're not going to be comfortable in. They got an upper hand. They got taken. Demon Kite got taken care of. So good initiation and just fight from AP Bren to go ahead and showcase that. And if you look at how they're going to play into this, they look even to want to go up here top.
Demon Kite again is the target. Still has the torches Passance and is gonna box the shield Unity his way out.
Yeah, they threw everything there, including the retribution. The box is fine. One of the reasons why box is just so good. By the way, you whip first item piercer this time.
I saw that, yeah.
So that should be pretty good. That should be the big focus here. But then again, you can lose those stacks pretty easily against heroes like the Khalid, like this Sora. So eyes on the prize here if you're Aurora. Make sure Yue doesn't go down. But AP Bren, that feels like it's a pretty good challenge. You got a Harley on your side, man.
Yeah, the Harley is going to be the one that Aurora really has to watch out for, because it just seems like playing around a Harley, you know, keeping tabs on him. Yue, that's kind of what he has to do. Whether he burns the flicker or not, James Banks always has the opportunity to go ahead and do that, you know.
That was nice.
Make things happen.
Yeah. Small things.
Did he just retrieve
Nice to see Badang Roam still used. I'll add it to my roster.
I don't know that was. It's fine because there's.
What have you been up to, Playful? How come you haven't streamed in a while? I know True's been keeping up the schedule.
I think he kind of feels that creeping gold, right? That Roar is starting to get. So James Panks, he's trying to do his very best with whatever resources he has to make sure that gold doesn't get out of hand. Currently at 1,000 right now for Aurora.
Look at Demon Kite right now, too. He's got his eyes on James Panks. So information there. James Panks picked up a Genius Wand. He holds on to his Retribution. Demon Kite's got his as well. And he's buffed up. He's not going to go ahead and grab his purple. He starts up the turtle instead. Meanwhile, James Panks is working on that's what Demon Kite's trying to do.
Edward already half HP. Doesn't use the Bravest Spider. Demon Kite just focused on the red tree. Now that's the platform already used by KillVJ.
Well, Nova's on the backside.
Yeah, that's Nova all alone though. Does he have the damage? Might go for the kill on Edward, but gets stunned there by Demon Kite. Not even James Panks. He uses the deadly magic, but
oh my goodness.
Wow.
Utilizing the Brave Smite. Oh,
whoa. He flickered in, making sure Light couldn't recall. That's the
Zigzag Light. Use Jazz Hands.
Still
Aww.
secures the kill.
Can I just say, that was beautiful. Even in the very end, you saw Yue, he tried to catch the deadly magic with the flicker to save Edward. What the heck is here? What's, so good.
good way to survive. They still lost Light, but, you know, in that sense, probably better that Light does go down and Rora maintains what they can. But AP Brent, this is what I'm saying. You really have to watch out for James Panks depending on where he decides to go, how he decides to move. But it is going to be a split now, 1-1 on the Turtles here for both teams. Let's take a look at the items here before our next objective.
Yeah, the items really show that, you know what, it's a pretty even battle in most of the lanes here. So no one's actually getting behind too much. Shizo is, he did get a little bit of a farm time. See if he can use that here now that Rora is actually invading.
Yeah, and the difference is that you
that's something I think we need to do a little bit better on is items too. I noticed
since Ramen Kite's on a Harith right now, and D1 Kai's also on a utility jungle. Ooh.
We didn't really make a lot of time for items. Like they would pop up and then we would be in the middle of a rant or something and then they would like hurry up and close them up.
That Rora is stealing from you one by one. Is actually going to add up as time goes by.
Yeah, but James Panks is ahead by 1 level still. So.
Yeah, he's been farming quite a bit, just trying to maintain a bit of a lead against Demon Kite.
It's a one-man army.
Yeah, he's got to, I mean, that's one of the things he's got to do, because you're not really going to be able to go toe-to-toe with Aurora's lineup with a Harley just yet. You're more so fighting around objectives. Nova's actually going to help with the damage department, picking up a Blade of Hepsi's. Ult's throwing out here by Aurora.
That was a fist crack.
Dude, he is chunking that turtle. Demon Kite.
But he's all alone. Gets trapped in the wall too.
Oh!
Yeah, he wanted the stack. He got it.
He flickered for it, and he's actually really safe. Rora on the side are actually not quite done yet. Domingite, I think he will have the Zaman Force soon as well.
Oh, no. Nova, where do you go? Where do you go? He gets trapped again. And that's a free turret as well over to Aurora.
Oh, they're just taking what they want here at this point. This is why I was saying in the draft, you know, I'm a little worried about the lineup for AP Bren. You know,
I'm not sure how well Badang would work. I feel like Khalid is a big one you can use.
Yeah, Aqua the bravest fighter, so he'll be fine, but again,
I think Hilda's kind of fallen off for a lot of people, unless that was banned. But like, yeah, Khalid is a big one right now.
Continues on. You see the graph building up here. You see the lead for Aurora. It's not going to get any better. That's the unfortunate thing.
Khalid
so
and Glue.
Point, you're looking at AP Bren. Shizu just now getting Golden Staff. He's already got the Corrosive Scythe, so he needs that one more item, that DHS, to lock in the Trinity here. But you're approaching almost the 9-minute mark. Lord's going to be up here shortly. And I don't know, I'm a little worried for AP Bren to go into a team fight and try to contest against Rora.
Wow. Doman Kite is so ahead.
The they usually do when there's a team fight, it's started by KLVJ. Not even Nova, because for some reason Nova has this weird assignment of just keeping Edward in check, or at least based on what I observed.
Or he's always at the backside.
Yeah, he's somewhere more visible to Aurora, so they're not as surprised as to when the setup is gonna come out. LVJ is the main starter for the team fight.
They don't have a choice. James Panks can't do it. Again, Nova's trying to look for either Yue or Dominkite, which is very difficult, by the way. So you're right. It feels like Kill VJ, the pressure is on this guy. And so far, it doesn't feel like he can quite do it, especially with the composition they have.
Okay. This is why I'm looking at how this is going to play out. Lord is up. AP Bread looks to want to go ahead and contest into this as they're on this side of the map. But they got to watch out for the collapse from Rora. Meanwhile, too, oh, they're going to go for it.
Oh, that's different. Now it's Nova starting things up, but Dominkite might just survive this. Still gets to regen some HP, and it's Edward using the bravest fighter, going for the chase. UM might get more stacks, and there you go. KelVJ is the only casualty after that.
It was a good attempt. It was a good attempt on Dominkite, but he survived.
Yeah, and I get it. It's almost, again, it feels like the game plan here for Nova is to look for Doming, but can you keep doing that? Now they have the turtle control, sorry, the Lord control.
Yeah, Nova can only watch. Oh, the SOD!
Good attempt.
Good attempt, good attempt.
At least Shizu is pushing in that tier 2. Attempted to take the Lord with the steal with the SOD, not going to happen. Tier 2 still going to stand, though, just barely. As Rora goes and cleans out the last cannon minion there. So they've gotten themselves to the Lord now. They've got themselves ready to go ahead and march towards the base of AP Bren. Taking a look again at the items. AP Bren's defensive capabilities, how are they? They have a Mozkov, which can clear waves pretty well. They have the rest of this lineup, but are we looking at them buying more time? I would say almost roughly another 6 minutes or so.
He needs one more item. He complete that. He has 2.5 right now, basically. Gets to complete the Trinity plus maybe a Malefic Gun, and then it's go time. Wind of Nature is a necessity, but you can't have it.
Oh, they're going for Dominkite?
Yeah, they want Dominkite, but look at that trap from Light! He was prepared to save the day. Aqua now looking like the next target is a double kill for Dominic. Make it a triple as he finds kill.
Jesus, that's the kind of Harris game you want.
Right there, man. No other way to say it.
That hurt, man. If you're AP Bren and you see Light sitting there, they
for Dominic, make it a triple day. Aqua.
Necessity, but you can't have it.
Oh, they're going for Dominkite?
Yeah, they want Dominkite, but look at that trap from Light! He was prepared to save the day. Aqua now looking like the next target is a double kill for Dominic. Make it a triple as he finds kill VJ.
That is just that's a massacre right there, man. No other way to say it.
That hurt, man. If you're AP Bren and you see Light sitting there, they fall into the trap.
Demon Kite just drove by them.
Yeah, he almost just drove by and said hi. That's what it felt like at that point. You're not going to go for my kite, brother. The top turret will fall. Are they looking to end here?
All right, they have waves coming in top and mid. Nova might try to work on this bottom lane, and they somehow still defend it. So AP Bren are still hanging on.
They're hanging on, but barely, man. At this point, 8,000 gold behind. None of these team fights are going their way. If you notice every single interaction we see, it's let me go ahead and throw out my deadly magic, hope that I get Dominkite, but at this point, it's getting even more difficult just to get Dominkite, because who else are you going to get over there?
It feels like most of it is just a long shot, right?
Oh, traction pulse! This big fist crack coming in from Light! There's the counter set from KelVJ and the Raging Sandstorm, but Edward is going to be okay to tank all the damage. They lost their minions and they'll have to walk out of this, but Aurora, they're all okay except from Light!
Even Demon Kite taking a couple shots from the turret just to allow the rest of Aurora to get on out there. A great initiation, forced one with that Badang again from Light.
It's a 1-for-1 at the end of the day, but it's actually just enough to keep AP Bren on their toes. Just a reminder, yo, under your turret, it's not safe. We can do that again, and they're gonna wait for the next Lord to make it happen. Now that gold is actually quite gigantic, but I would say, there you go. I think, yeah, Malefic Gun is the next one for Shizu. He's very close. He can feel it, but then again, how is he going to survive the onslaught? I feel like the damage is way too much. He could get bursted in one go here. With the amount of gold and items that Aurora has already accumulated.
The amount of space you can cover with Light here is just insane to deal with for AP Bren, especially when he's got the flicker available. Luckily for them, he doesn't have it, but this is going to be a Lord just going to the hands. You can see Light given the information. They've got it complete control at this point, so still giving the information. I think he's gonna go for James Pax.
Oh, there you go, James Pax! He gets chain CC'd so hard, and I just have to say, light on heroes like this who are just capable of disrupting the Badang, the Grok.
Yep.
It's such a great view.
Chef's kiss, 100%.
James Banks is just getting wrecked right now, and this might be the end here.
Nova, what can he do? He still has the Raging Sandstorm, so they might try to go for something, but Light seems to be waiting for a concealed
He's waiting for his flicker.
Yeah, or the flicker. There you go. That's a conceal from Light. Looking for another target. Might go for the surprise. Two-man stun from Yue. That's the Salmon Force already. Still no setup from Light, but there you go.
Wow.
And as we speak, it seems like Yue has only one thing in sight. It's the base as Aurora secures the sweep.
He's down the instant rapid.
With another
No,
sweep in their
I was
belt
kind of.
here. Looking like they really shrugged off that loss last night. They look really good in this.
The crowd feels it, and Aurora, they needed it here. The RSG, the Raider reunion, ends with a sweep for Light and Demon Kite as they wave off to Aquaman. And again, Coach G over there for AP Brand 2. It was just, I don't know, I think it really just was the draft here, even before the game started. It just wasn't the one for AP Brand. I think there was just too many things that they had to overcome with this draft, and you know, Aurora knew exactly how to play it, how to make it work. And it almost just felt like towards the end there that AP Brand was tilted a bit, like just trying to get what they can, forgetting or at least not respecting the fact that Light was on a hero like Badang, and he was able to just wait in a bush while Domenkite does his thing. And whether he has a flicker or conceal or not, that's what Badang does. He sets things up like that. And we saw that so much. We saw this so much confidence that you have UA flickering forward just to get the stacks in a couple of those exchanges.
My favorite moment was when Domenkite was alone, quote unquote.
Quote unquote.
And they tried to go,
here.
it's this one, look at this.
I've done that so many times for you guys, by the way, when we play our 5-man RGs. I know.
I thank you in advance.
I know.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just, it's my most played roam.
So you're saying you're like Light?
I was inspired by Light as a Raider. Yes, as a big Raider fan, I was inspired by Light. That is very true, Brina.
Okay.
I can believe that. But look at this, the chain CC. I felt so bad for James Banks in that moment.
Yeah, that's true.
This was definitely a brutal game for James Banks, man, and AP Brand in general. But congratulations to Aurora. I can't wait to hear what they have to say over on stage. Let's go ahead and hear for our winning interview.
Is it the last match?
And with that, 2-0
Sad day.
Aurora adds another win to their standings. And Demon Kite, we want to know, you came from a loss, and now congratulations to the win. Ano yung feeling na tapos na yung slump?
Parang relieving lang siya, pero syempre, gagawin namin tong momentum as patungo sa mga next matches namin.
And earlier, nagkaroon ka ng reunion with your former RSG team members. How did that feel? Nakatulong ba magpamote?
Of the season, they were left at 2 match points, and now we're up on 3, a little bit closer to the top.
Yeah, we don't have a
Falcon.
winless team as we end the first half of the season, similar to like what we probably are used to seeing in our previous seasons. But
Falcon is the Saudi organization, right?
Ranks. We'll see if they get to do that as we enter the second half, but for now, we're looking at the Funsik 11 Week 4 Day 3 standings, and 3 out of 4 of the top 4 teams in our MPL are still there.
Yep.
But it's the Bees who are actually, I think, also...
They were number 1 last year?
Yeah, the champions last season. So they're still part of the top 4 too.
Catching up. Oh, congratulations. We're done with half.
All right. Well, I think that's going to go ahead and... that sucks. Am I trying to rank? What time is it? I could get a few games in with you. I'm on my Smurf though, because I don't have access to my main account. What rank are you, Playful? I think I'm still legend because I haven't really played. I've just been studying and watching matches. Legend, huh? Hey, we're legend buddies. Okay, we'll get a few. I took my Smurf to Mythic. Okay then. Yeah, let me get on the game. I'm gonna be I'll do it, but my main is slow to rank up. Yeah. All right, let me get on then. I'm gonna get off stream though. I just wanted to kind of do a little watch party for it, and then I was supposed to do an announcement for Alea's tournament she's got going on, but I don't think she's ready, so we'll probably do it tomorrow then. All right, yeah, let me get off stream. But guys, thank you so much for joining me. I just wanted to catch up on it. And last time I tried to watch this inside the Discord, everybody was asking why don't you just stream it? Why don't you stream it and stream your reactions? All right, let me get off here. You guys have a great and everybody else have a great night. And yeah, we'll see you guys later.